Internet, good evening and welcome to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 1. Yesterday we kicked off OKLCS Spring 2018 with both Gold Division and Diamond Division, and that was some really great games to see from day number 1.
Yeah.
Today,
it's really cool to see a lot of the teams showing up.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like we have anybody that's really struggling right off the bat.
Yeah, a lot of new teams and a lot of returning teams, all of them, showing up, doing a good job, making us, getting us very excited back here behind the desk. In any case, we have the Platinum Cap division today. We're starting off with Reign of Kings Platinum up against the OU Platinum Cap team. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into that game right off the bat. Alright, so on the blue side we have Reign of Kings Plat, a team which has its, mirror in Diamond Capped, and also, I believe, a mirror in Gold Capped, although their naming conventions are a little bit askew.
Yes, there's Reign of Kings Platinum, and Reign of Gold.
Yeah.
Just a little bit easier of a
Whatever.
name.
No, we won't judge the team namer.
Name your team whatever you want. Oh wow!
In any case, though, there's a winner's fight onto Piplup. He's gonna knock up somebody, but he doesn't have enough to get out of there. First blood easily picked up by Lefty on the side of Reign of Kings, and Piplup just not quite seeing it as fast as everybody else on his team, I guess.
I mean, we've talked about it before the last couple days, so I won't, beat a dead horse too much, but. These OU players are new. They don't have a lot of competitive experience. Just not used to an invade. Just like walks down to river, just hanging out, and then all of a sudden 5-man ball comes out. They've got the Braum and pick up a quick kill.
Yeah, so I mean, yesterday alone we saw 2 times where first blood happened where the players are just running out of the base with the move speed, and they just meet each other in the mid lane and someone's not paying attention, they run directly into the enemy team. That happened twice yesterday.
Yeah. Honestly, if you can mind game your opponent, the way that the movement speed at the beginning of the game works, you can stay in base for like 3 extra seconds after the wall drops and then leave, because the speed boost does not depend on the game time. There's like a certain point where it stops giving you the boost, obviously. But if you leave like 3 seconds late and you know exactly where the enemy team's going to be invading, you can engage onto them with a little bit of extra movement speed. They'll lose the movement speed bonus, because that's about the time you get to rivers when you lose it.
Yeah, Life of Tennis, he's been using the Aurelion Soul just to shove the wave, but he just took a really bad trade with Wymol just because Wymol just stood there and autoed him while he had no mana. Ryok's gonna taunt onto a Larceon at level 2. Oh, they level 2 rocket jump from the bot lane of OU Platinum. That's a nice knockup from Piplup, but they will not be able to close out on the Jordan V69, but do get a very favorable trade at that level 2.
Good job knowing their strengths there. As soon as they hit level 2, they're like, we've got a Rakan, we've got Tristana, she's got some solid level 2 burst, let's go.
See, in Life of Tennis, he's playing that Aurelion Soul. He gets Satchel Charge though, and here's Lefty from Reign of Platinum. Life of Tennis gonna be going down after his flash. There's a stun off of a gank from Applesauce. It will be Reign of Kings Platinum making it out alive after picking up a kill in the mid lane onto Life of Tennis.
Yeah, Life of Tennis probably should have just went ahead and saved his flash there. Once you're stuck in the middle of the lane like that low in health and the Jarden's there, unless he blows his EQ in a silly direction and it just isn't going to be able to catch you afterwards, you're not going to survive that situation.
See Life of Tennis trying to go for that Aurelion Soul push. You see a lot of those old style Aurelion Soul players who just shove the wave with their W at levels 1 through forever. And
they just shove the wave all the time, and then as soon as they shove, they leave.
But he wasn't doing it effectively, just ran out of mana, got collapsed on by the jungler and the mid laner who had his mana and wasn't even really being pushed in that well because he's playing Ziggs.
Using the passive stars as they rotate and do like, I think it's like a third damage or half damage or something, is pretty crucial part of conserving your mana while also shoving the wave. It is a lot of free push, because if you're hitting multiple of those on multiple minions, they do about as much damage. It's a little bit less damage than your auto attacks, so they definitely help you push a lot. think he's just a little scared to get in
Life
close.
of Tennis
to the
getting
here.
repeat ganked by Lefty. There's the flank and drag, knocks him up. Life of Tennis goes down a second time. Killing spree already. 3-0-0 for Lefty, the jungler of Reign of Kings Platinum.
It looked to me there that they spotted him on that ward they have in River, so must just not have been paying close
A little bit of
attention,
miscommunication by the mid laner of OU Platinum. And you know, again, these are things that you have to expect from the week 1 OU teams. They're not all on the same page. A lot of these players have never played together before. A lot of them may not even have competitive experience.
But that's what they're here for, to get competitive experience. Alright, well, already pretty massive gold lead in favor of Reign of Kings Platinum. 8.5 to 7 in only 5 minutes.
Yeah,
they pulled
1.5K
ahead
gold.
that far.
It's a killing spree for Lefty in the jungle. He was the one who picked up first blood. It gave him that extra longsword to start out his jungle clear with. Nice satchel charge from Weimel will dodge away from the Q. But, I mean, when you accelerate a jungler's clear by giving up first blood to him, it makes it so that he can go for these very aggressive pathing and ganking maneuvers.
Despite everything mid lane, they still have the same CS somehow, so I'm thinking Weimel maybe could have played, maybe either missed some last hitting during this laning phase, or every time he gets a kill, he just backs. And they end up being out of lane about the same amount of time.
Yeah, and you see Life of Tennis, he has no mana to trade back onto Weimel, but here does come Applesauce. It's only level 4 Sejuani, the flash Arctic Assault, and here's Stand United from Ryox. Mega Inferno Bomb comes in, that's a good 2-man Shadow Dash, and Lefty's on a rampage. They great counter gank in addition to the Stand United coming out of Ryox. They're still chasing onto Applesauce, but he's got his bottom lane here. They don't fancy the 3v3 in the middle of the enemy jungle, so they will back away here, but a nice play by Ryox and Lefty on the side of Reign of Kings Platinum.
Yeah, Ryox had just hit level 6 very recently. Immediately uses it onto Weimel. With the heal and that Shin Shield, he's not going down anytime soon. And Lefty follows up too, just to pick up the kill, really.
In Life of Tennis, he's having a really rough time because he keeps on using his mana to shove, but that means that when his ganks come, he's not able to really follow up on them as effectively, and then they just get counter ganked because it takes them that much longer to kill Weimel. They don't even get him.
Nothing really going on now. Both teams just sort of sitting back. You can tell that the bot lane for OU Platinum is playing a little bit more passively than they were in the beginning of the game. Probably feeling a little cautious after losing so many fights so far.
Feeling the pressure from the rest of the map. Lefty now 4-0-0 on this Jarvan. He's going for my old favorite Jarvan build, where you get the Tiamat into the tank.
Yeah. I mean, Jarvan, like, his only problem is, like, a lot of junglers that are meta often can clear Raptors pretty easily. And he can struggle with it, but you take Tiamat and you take them very, very quickly. He's got great damage with the Q and then proccing that the armor reduction. Making it a pretty quick camp. We're just gonna watch him smash around the blue buff for a while.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh no, he is gonna hand it off. Weimel's on his way up.
The bot lane of OU Platinum. Oh no, sorry, that was the bot lane of. Never mind. Look at the map wrong.
So a Larcion.
Grasp.
Huh. That is. They just buffed it for ranged champions.
Jarvan is ganking Gnar top lane right now.
That's happening. The Shadow Dash did land. A Larcion gets a good 2-man wallop and a 2-man Gnar. Nice escape. Life of Tennis uses the stopwatch, but I don't think that's gonna save him. Just a couple more auto attacks from Weimel. It will be another one. This time it's the solo kill in the mid lane. They flash away from a gank bottom by Applesauce.
Good job on Applesauce there, not to greed under the turret for that kill after leave it to Wally flash it away.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Sejuani wants to gank again.
Yeah, Piplup does have his level 6. He has the ultimate ready. The quickness as it is.
Yeah, nice
Shadow
escape.
Dash gonna come in from Ryox. He pulls the Spirit's Refuge to himself a little bit late, but
nice
he does
escape
get it
earlier from Alarcion. Used his double stuns and
oh,
nicely
hold on!
away.
There's a rocket jump forward from Tumble Under Tower. He's getting blocked a lot of his damage. The concussive blows lands. Jordan V69 out of mana though. OU Platinum able to back away thanks to that, but here comes both Wymol and Lefty looking for the dive 4v2, but they will be spotted out by a control ward now. OU Platinum, do they think they can fight 2v4 under the tower, or are they just going to go away? It looks like the latter is the case.
Yeah, Lefty and Wymol are both pretty ahead right now.
Yeah, but they didn't even know Wymol was there. Well, they'll know now because they see the explosive minefield. Oh, Piplup actually steals the Grump and gets out with his life. The Cataclysm coming in from Lefty. Here's the Stand United as well. Life of Tennis used the exhaust, but he is now caught in between the ninja and the wall. And the bouncing bomb is going to be enough. Wymol picks up his second kill of the game.
Like I said, Wymol and Lefty pretty ahead right now. It's pretty easy for them to go for these
and Larcion teleported bot, but now he's all by himself. Concussive blows not quite gonna land. The satchel charge not gonna be there, but the flash shadow dash will. There's the stun, and there's the kill for Reign of Kings Platinum, running all over the OU Platinum team.
They're doing a great job of snowballing their lead right now. Now that they have the advantage, they are moving it across the map. They take that mid tower, immediately come to bot lane. They shove out their lanes, they head bot lane. Sejuani's the only person left to push mid, and she's not going to be taking that tower anytime soon. So she's going to just back off, maybe. Nope, backing, not even going to Herald.
The Life of Tennis is just having a really rough game. And all of that really just stems to that early push he was trying to do. Not saving his mana, took just a lot of free harass from Wymol while he was just standing there clearing out the minions with his W. And is resulted in Lefty getting quite fed. 5-0-2. He has almost as much CS as Wymol, and Wymol does not have like bad CS for a mid laner at this time.
He now has more. Didn't they change something about jungle camps and how they keep track of CS?
All jungle camps now just count for 4 CS. Like as far as the scoreboard goes. I don't know why that is. I mean,
it closer to what it is in terms of gold,
like
or not really?
They did that in terms like trying to keep everyone's gold kind of consistent with how much CS you have, but
you think if they wanted to do that, they'd just show you what everybody's gold was?
Maybe,
but it's okay. CS is a nice little number to be able to just quickly compare.
It does allow you
players.
to compare a little bit better. I think more important, it allows you to compare the gold between junglers most importantly of all, because sometimes you'll take Raptors and the other person takes Scromp and you're like, oh, who has more gold?
That's a good point.
Alright, so Reign of Kings Platinum have rotated their duo lane into the top lane. Ryox misses a cannon minion and a couple more under the tower. Larcion does have a healthy lead over his lane opponent in terms of CS. A lot of that having to do with Ryox with using the Stand United to move to other areas of the map.
Yeah, but Nar's 0-1-0, whereas Ryox is 0-0-4. So from those 4 assists, he's not good. It's not a crazy amount of gold, not enough to make up the difference between him and Nar, but it's not as bad as it.
Yeah, it's only 200 gold between the two of them. Oh, good taunt under tower. It will mean Piplup takes a couple tower shots, but that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for the damage on the tower. They will get a fully charged explosive charge off.
Ryox looks to be not shaky on the Shin, but earlier he did have a dash on towards Nar, where he didn't use the full dash range, which means he clicked too close. And he's also used the Spirit's Refuge at like odd times here and there, so
that's a good dash in. They got knocked up by the Grand Entrance.
So I think maybe, just based on this game, maybe he doesn't have like a ton of experience on the Shin, maybe just something he's like picking for the team, you know?
Yeah. But this is dangerous to try and push against not only the Rift Herald, but also the Ziggs. Of course, Ziggs gets a little bit of extra damage on auto attacks onto the tower every time he gets his passive. Here's the Rift Herald, interrupts Life of Tennis on his way in with the big star, but the tower's already gone. There's the Glacial Fissure. They use the Voice of Light to disengage, but it's not enough, and they've already lost their top and jungle. They stun up, leave it to Wally, but Life of Tennis gets exhausted. He's having to back away. You gotta remember all those things, the Rift Herald, the Ziggs. Look how fast they take this tower. Wymol ready to drop the satchel charge and immediately take out the inhibitor. No towers even taken by OU Platinum. Piplup getting dove in between the base. Lefty is in there, and there's the tower going down. He's able to walk out safely.
They are just snowballing their lead so well.
And that was such a bad reaction by the members of OU Platinum. They're trying to push bottom lane against one person. They can't even get a lot of damage, and you're up against a Rift Herald and a Ziggs.
What if we're all wrong? What if the only reason they made the jungler CS work that way is all just some way to try and balance out Fantasy LCS?
Yeah, that's totally it. Fantasy LCS trying to stop that jungle inflation.
Oh.
Or
not that CS like counts for like almost anything.
CS is worth
Fantasy LCS.
0.01 points in Fantasy LCS.
Someone was like, oh my god, he's got 400 CS, he's gonna have crazy fantasy points. Unfortunately, 400 LCS I think is just worth 400 or 4 points, so.
Yep, exactly.
Not that
That's
significant.
You get 2 kills, you have that many points. Hey man, I mean, there was a player, wasn't it Stixay, who got like 0.25 points in a game?
He did. Week 2, game 1, they got stomped by Clutch Gaming. 0.25 points.
Alright, Reign of Kings Platinum pick up the Ocean Drake. Relatively uncontested. And now they, looks like they're trying to funnel up to the top side of the map because Reign of Kings Platinum, all of them on their way up that direction from the bottom side river. And now they have the inside track. They're just going to run it down mid, force the OU Platinum to go around the long way. Lefty is playing zone. Larcian has to hop himself out of there, and they're going to look at Life of Tennis. Piplup getting taunted in. Spirit Refuge being used. He goes in. That's a nice knockup from Piplup, and he will make it out. Stand United will keep everyone nice and topped up. Here comes Life of Tennis. Cannot go over that wall. That's all the members of Reign of Kings Platinum. Piplup pretty low, and there's no more engage tools on their side. OKLCS is the only one there ready to do that, but he's only a level 9 Sejuani. They flash in Ryox. I'm not sure where he was going with that one. Mega Inferno Bomb coming across. That's a lot of damage on the Life of Tennis. It's a 10 stack mention. Cataclysm gets all of them, and that's the kill on the Life of Tennis. The Larcian goes Mega, gets a good 2-man Gnar. They kill off the jungler. That's a shutdown on the Lefty. And they've lost their Larcian. Leave it to Wally, getting out with very little amounts of health. Wymo gonna get auto down. No! He's alive! He goes down. Wymo's on a rampage. Got him with the explosive minefield, but it will be Tumble Under Tower, trading his life for the shutdown onto Wymo.
A really nice burst coming right out of that. Tristana got an auto off right when he came out of the, was that a stopwatch or did he build Zanya?
It was a stopwatch.
Right when he comes out of the stopwatch, but that, Tristana's not super ahead this game. That one auto didn't do quite enough damage. He's able to get off a rotation.
Yeah, and you're seeing just how much of a difficulty it is when you get ahead on Jarvan. Does a lot of damage when he's ahead because of the base damages on abilities, and he's building tanks, so basically it takes you forever to kill him, and that's problematic when there's 4 other people on the team to deal with.
And when you're in a situation like this, where you're Jarvan, you have a gold advantage and an XP advantage, and your team as a whole is doing really well as well, you can get right in the enemy team, and ever since they gave him those W buffs where his shield is based on how many enemies are nearby, you just get right in the middle of them, you're ahead, you have a ton of health, he's built Titanic and Cinderhulk, he presses W, he gets a massive shield too. And it's just really hard to take somebody that ahead down when he just gets to sit in the middle of your team while the rest of his team starts putting out the DPS, because this Ziggs is 4-1 and 10. His ultimate alone is taking these carries to half health.
He had 10 stacks of Medjais before that fight. Now he has 10 stacks of Medjais after the fight. Thinking emojis.
Oh my goodness, man!
Oh, the Mega Inferno Bomb just out of the backside. He just walked through that explosive minefield, and Wymo says, well, okay. Alright, so Reign of Kings Platinum, nobody to respond to them on the side of OU Platinum. The Satchel Charge will just take out the remains of that tower, and now they're continuing to look for more. Probably should have just saved the Satchel Charge for the second one. I mean, they already had that one for sure. Not much point in doing that a little bit faster. Jordan B69, Arcane Ships forward, but OKLCS, he goes in, but there's not a whole lot he can do by himself. Cannot really punish the Ezreal for the over-aggressive play.
Feel bad to be a Gnar against this prop sometimes. Throw out your boomerang and just nope.
Yep, that's how you feel when you get counterpicked by the Yasuo.
Also, yes.
Hextech GLP not even gonna hit Lefty on the way out. Shadow Dash forward from Ryox, but he's not gonna be able to land it. Right, Nick King's Platinum just 5-man stacked here. They've got a naked Impede to work with on the top side. Hey, Larcian, he only gets 1-man Gnar. There's a 2-man wallop. They knock up 2 with the quickness. Piplup gets all of them, but it's not any follow-up. Hey, Larcian slowly going down. There's the Glacial Prison onto Lefty. Lefty is still alive. Applesauce flashes out of there. Ryox taking the explosive charge. One more tower shot, and will it explode? Tumble under tower. Buster shots him out of there after the Cataclysm, and nobody dies except for Piplup.
Nice ultimate on Tumble Under Tower's part there. Pushing him back across the wall out of his own ult. Freeing himself.
Just so much you gotta worry about from Reign of King's Platinum side. You've gotta worry about Lefty getting into the backline and just blowing people up. You gotta worry about Wymol being very far away and blowing people up. You gotta... And all this time, Jordan B69 is just hammering away at your front line. Leave It to Wally is, you know, standing in between everything that's happening, and they really just can't get any damage off.
Yeah. I mean, barring positioning issues that you can sometimes have playing Aurelion Sol, his late game is amazing.
His late game isn't actually as good
well,
as...
that's why I'm saying it's like, in terms of just like, wow, look at these numbers, you could be like, you might think, holy crap, this would be amazing. But again, he's Aurelion Sol. The later the game goes on, the higher the odds of him getting bursted too are. And also his positioning...
his damage will fall off. He offers sustained damage similar to Cassiopeia, but it's not as good. Aurelion Sol spikes a little bit more towards the mid game.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of it is it's just like, it's hard to even... It's so much more inconsistent than Cassiopeia's, I guess. Just because, like... He has to position, they have to be standing there, like Hurts
and this is gonna take a lot of burst, and Leave It to Wally. Blast comes over, just gets in there and autos him for a little bit. There's what Piplup taking the Mega Inferno Bomb, Tumble Under Tower doing what he can. There's the Stand United onto Jordan B690. Arcane Shift 4, Piplup goes down. A Larcian trying to kite as best he can, just running away as his team crumbles around him.
Leave It to Wally was probably going to be able to keep chasing Gnar there, but he backs up, plays it safe, sticks with his team.
Tumble Under Tower, he's out of, like, he's not out by his own fault. He's out of position because he can't get back to his base. Reign of King's Platinum just running through everything. They get the first inhib in the top lane, and very quickly we'll get one in the mid lane.
Alright, they pick up 2 inhibitors. Are they going for Baron or Infernal? Both good objectives, but it looks like they're going to take the Baron to go bot with it and close out this game. They've got super minions pushing top and mid. They could send Shen to top just to put Baron buff on those minions and have an ulti straight to bot lane to help them with their push if the enemy team engages with Sejuani. So it looks like they're going to be able to close this out. 12k gold lead.
They are spotted doing it. Applesauce has a chance to get in there. He's gonna go in, but it's a little bit too late. There's the taunt, and there's the true shot barrage. Applesauce is gonna be the first one to fall. There goes Piplup in. He gets a good knockup, but it doesn't matter. The Mega Inferno Bomb and the Cataclysm will be enough to take out basically all of OU Platinum. The Hextech GLP, Life of Tennis, uses the Voice of Light to try and disengage, but now he's gotta run through the Hexplosive Minefield, dodges the Shadow Dash, but it's not gonna be enough. Wymol goes unstoppable. And a Larcian, the only member of OU Platinum alive, and there's nothing he can do by himself. 1v5.
It's kind of like I said, really that was going to play out as they take Baron, they send Shen top, they send the rest of their team bot, and they win. So that was they didn't know how far they were along taking the Baron. That was kind of OU Platinum's last-ditch effort to try and
even if they got the steal, it was very unlikely they win the fight. Reign of King's Platinum are going to take the victory in week 1 of OKLCS Platinum Cup.
Right, and that's gonna be the game. Reign of King Platinum.
Yeah.
It's OU Platinum.
And you know, Reign of Kings, it's a pretty like they are the winners of Diamond Cap. You'd only expect that their Platinum Cap team do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not anything too unexpected.
No.
But you know, there were some very good plays on the side of OU's Platinum Cap team. I think for instance, a Larcian, he demonstrated quite good mechanical ability on this Gnar, similar to his brethren in Gold Cap, Luke Ward. He was playing really well on the Gnar as well. So we'll have to look forward to the continuing development of OU's all 3 of their teams, you know, in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
With that out of the way, though, that is going to be the first game of Platinum Cap. We're going to take a short break before we get into the second game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 1. We just saw a very one-sided game from Reign of Kings
Relatively
Platinum.
one-sided.
Relatively one-sided. I mean, I don't think like there's anything relative to that that's not as one-sided.
It's pretty
But
one-sided.
in any case, we have the next game of the night, which will be between Deathcap for Cutie and GSM's Gecko Slammed Armageddon Platinum Cap team. So we'll go ahead and get into that right away. It is Deathcap for Cutie on the blue side up against GSM on the red side. And, you know, Deathcap for Cutie, I guess you could call them the spiritual successor to Pizza Lords.
Rebirth. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe they have Proshisnitz, yes. Kawaii Sheep, that was, I think it's just a name change. Shy Ronnie, did he play with them, or did he just play around the same time as them and just now
I
on their
think
team?
he played with them.
Played with them?
At some
well,
point.
Soapy and Parallelogram 100%
Yeah.
were there. So Shy Ronnie's the only one that I'm iffy on.
I think, I'm almost certain he was on their team.
Okay, so it is the same roster. They just decided to change from Pizza Lords to Deathcap for Cutie. Their logo, I believe, is it a Zoe wearing a death cap or a Lulu wearing a death cap or something?
Who knows?
It's cute. I liked it. It was very... What's the word?
But Soapy has picked Kindred in the jungle, and you know, I don't think Kindred's very good.
I know that you don't think she's very good. In terms of just Champion GGG, from my glances at it, she was on the up and up. Her play rate was almost 2%, and her win rate was like 51.5. So like,
Champion can't.
At least in solo
can't
queue.
Champion can't duel. Champion can't clear.
mm-hmm.
Champion scales okay.
She of the junglers, of every jungler that I would actually consider a real jungler, aka like not Aurelion Soul, she had the highest average damage. You know, so
Yeah, but most of the good junglers now are like tanks or Jarvan.
you've got your Kha'Zix and
Kha'Zix
the.
just got nerfed.
Okay, I haven't.
And
I haven't
also,
actually
that
seen...
Kha'Zix is an assassin too, whereas you're
Yes.
you're talking about a marksman jungler.
Oh no, well you said all the junglers are tanks. I just said I was referencing Kha'Zix.
hard
But
to-
in terms of overall damage, you're right. There really aren't a lot of DPS junglers. Maybe Graves? No, he's not really that DPS either.
Graves
More
is
fights
just
than bursts.
a stupid jungler.
Well, at
Oh,
least
man.
in terms of stats, she's been seeing more play, even though she might not be that great and organized.
Yeah, maybe something about 8-2 is good for her. I can't imagine what it would be, but hold on. Parallelogram, isn't this Parallelogram's signature champion the Scion? I'm just now noticing that he got to play that. Normally you don't get to see that happen.
Yeah, that's one of his go-to top laners. And Scion, not gonna like talk about his stats too much, but he is generally one of the highest win rate top laners like all the time, despite never getting picked by pros.
Yeah, because it's like in solo queue, you're just like, all right, everybody, I'm going in, and you get a big sound effect that goes with it, and everyone knows, oh crap, better go in. Or
So what you're saying is Scion is as close as you can get to a shot caller in solo.
yeah, basically, it's just like
He
it
just
makes
literally
sure-
says, "I'm going in," plays a sound effect, charges down the battlefield.
Yeah, it's like one of those big reasons why Amumu is also like considered good in solo queue, at least at very lower elos, is because it makes it so that everyone's like, oh, I should go in now because there's an Amumu going in on my team.
You know what's funny? Kled's actually had a high win rate recently as well,
Yeah,
and I
see,
wonder
exactly,
if it's a similar thing.
Exactly.
If you're an engaged champion, you get a higher win rate because you just tell your team, "We're fighting now," and as long as you pick the fight well, your team can win.
Well,
wow.
Sophie looked
Oh,
for
wow.
the early counter
Oh.
counter jungle, and he's actually gonna pick up first blood onto Ducks and.
That's an early stack too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Most of the time you will mark the enemy jungler. The good Dark Binding comes in. Honestly, just a better response by Oh! Kate! Ulted JFK is gonna get flashed on by Parallelogram, but knocks him away with a Bramble Smash.
And that knockback saved him a bit of damage with Aftershock giving him that, is it resistances or damage reduction? I don't actually
The
know.
what? Aftershock? It gives you resistance.
Resistances, okay.
I think. I'm almost certain it gives you resistances. A little bit of a better response from Deathcap for Cutie, and you know, Deathcap for Cutie as Pizza Lord for Birth, they've been playing together for a number of splits in the OKLCS. They're bound to have gotten some of that synergy down. Allows for Soapy to go for a little bit more aggressive invade. Knowing that his mid laner is going to have the push, is going to be able to respond a little bit faster.
Shirani took Relic Shield.
Oh
I
yeah,
heard
this
that
is
was
patch 8.2. It's not really that
not
great
as
on
good?
Thresh anymore.
Yeah, okay.
In general, you much rather have the coin on 8.2 because the it's a little bit better in terms of like the Relic Shield doesn't give you as much regen anymore because it's nerfed from range shifting. Arcane Comet from Parallelogram lands after the Roar of the Slayer. He will get all 3 of his abilities off on Nikeo. Now Parallelogram, he's just using that Scion champion. Scion is one of the tanks that actually is very good at pushing the lane because he has 3 essentially AoE abilities, just knock the Roar of the Slayer through all of the minions. And Kate goes in onto Parallelogram, but there's 3 members of Deathcap for Cutie here. Kate ulted JFK is going to be going down. Another stack for Soapy's Kindred and a kill onto Kawaii's Azir.
That was pretty calculated on their part, despite them saying that they have no synergy in chat.
Oh, hold up. Dark Binding lands. That's a nice redirect, but he doesn't land it onto Naked Beekeeper.
Because the Kindred had the mark there for a little while, just long enough to kind of let him feel
He's
safe.
gonna land onto Pro Shiznit. They're gonna try and flame back Naked Beekeeper. Good trade from GSM's bottom lane.
And they also knew that Kate ulted JFK's flash was down because Parallelogram burned it not too long ago. So as soon as they saw that window, they get another stack for Kindred and get a kill.
Oh, Flash Play from Shirani. They've got 2 members of Deathcap for Cutie coming here. The Dark Binding lands, but not until after the Rocket Jump. Here's the Unstoppable Onslaught. Silver Spade flashes to take it for his 80 carry, but Naked Beekeeper has to use the stopwatch. They're going for the dive. There's Shirani taking the tower. He'll use the stopwatch to drop tower aggro. Pro Shiznit's Rocket jumps out of there. Shirani takes 1 more shot. Nicely done by Deathcap for Cutie. Oh, wait, what?
Wait, I need to see what happened.
What just happened?
I'm watching. Wait, watch the. I don't know what happened. I was watching the stream.
Oh.
I don't. Minions? If you saw what happened in chat, let us know. I am
Holy
very confused
cow.
as to how he
I
died.
thought that was the most well-executed thing in the world, and then
He walked back into turret range and took another shot.
that's what I mentioned had to have happened.
Well, that looked amazing until he decided to die.
Silver Spade flashes to take the Unstoppable Onslaught for Naked Beekeeper.
What a team player.
Wow.
That was the most support thing I've ever seen.
I feel like that honestly just wasn't even worth it, but I'm sure he appreciates the gesture. He did have the stopwatch that it... Silver Spade also had a stopwatch. He could have stopwatched it.
That's my support.
Oh well. Nicely done by Deathcap for Cutie. They will get 1 back thanks to Shirani not paying attention to the minion wave, but well executed for a team that says they have no synergy.
Yeah.
They're totally on the same page when it comes to making these plays.
Seem to be. It's all a ploy. They're like, oh no, seriously, we're trash, but secretly.
Alright, so Parallelogram just gonna continue trading onto Kate ulta JOK. That Maokai is running very low on mana, and he's losing out on trades and getting pushed in, missing in CS, in spite of that Unstoppable Onslaught bot. Parallelogram really showing why that champion was banned away from him so many times last season.
Parallelogram doing a lot of bullying, though just in Kate's favor. Yeah.
In
Let
his
me
defense,
rephrase. In his defense,
Oh, hold on a
exactly.
second, hold on. Before you get into that, he's getting dove by Soapy, who does have the Lance for Spite. They're gonna follow the Death Sense after the Black Shield. Silver Spade, they condemn him into the wall. They have double play. There's the box. There's 2 people slowed. Pro Shiznit picks up the killing spree. And meanwhile, Unstoppable Onslaught, it's a 2v2 in the top lane. They kill off the Maokai immediately. There's the Grand Hero's entrance. Soapy uses their Lance for Spite to keep himself alive. There's the 2-man talk coming in from Seymour. He will get the heal, but Soapy's gonna be going down. There's the shutdown. Not really. He's only got 1 kill, but there's the slow onto Parallelogram, and he's in between 2 towers. Seymour and They're trying to kill off this Scion, but they're not gonna go for it. They see he's a little bit too tanky. It's not really worth their time. They gotta deal with the Azir pushing in the mid lane.
I was gonna say that in his defense, he was pretty close to Parallelogram and CS still, but after dying there and losing some and having Sion pick up some waves, he is now significantly behind in CS.
Oh, Silver Spade caught in the Dark Binding under the Infernal Dragon's Wrath. Seymour with double buffs on his way in. Kawaii Sheep out of mana, can't really try and push him away. Parallelogram going to take a recall now after shoving that wave in, and now he's 25 CS and 2 levels up over the Maokai.
That was a good use of that Scryer's Bloom. They see those members back, and they know that they can go for this dragon, but Kane's not close enough yet. He'll be there
Kane's
before
not in the area, but so is Sophie's Kindred. And you know, look at this. In spite of the level 1 or the early invade, in spite of all those kills he picked up, he's behind in level to this Kane right now. And Kindred is a bad champion. I feel really bad saying that because I like Kindred a lot. I like her design. Champion was one of my one of the things I was most excited for. A lot of the champions that come out now, I'm just like, eh. When Kindred was released, or when like she was teased and her kit was released, I was like, oh my god, I want to believe this champion. Unlucky.
I heard that the next champion is an 80 carry. I wonder if it'll be an 80 carry, or like a Graves Kindred situation.
Like a jungler 80 carry? I mean, what do you think? There's like a few different ways you could talk about 80 carries, as Parallelogram just pushes Kate away from his tower. And like, I don't even think of, you know, Graves as an 80 carry anymore. I think of Kindred as like, well, okay, we shouldn't really even call them 80 carries. We call them marksmen.
Marksman, you're right. Okay.
I don't get. Oh, Seymour is gonna go in with a Justice Punch, but Sophie was here just over the wall. He has to flash away. They're looking for it. They don't have enough slows to keep him in place. He will have to flash away though.
Just doing what he can to keep the wave shoved and be a real bully.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to do is he's just trying to deny Kate the ability to teleport to help his lane, and then he's going to use the Unstoppable Onslaught to help and then teleport back up top and continue the process.
I think that he knows, at the moment anyway, that Kane and Maokai don't actually have a good chance of taking him out.
Yeah, speaking of Kane, though, he gets caught, the Decimating Smash will knock him up, and he goes down. Another kill over to this Kindred. Warrior can't finish with the red smite. $48 to CS to 72 though. Silver Spade gonna get slayed back. Death Sentence lands out in the Black Shield. That cooldown will not be available if they were to look for something within the next like 7 seconds or so. Although the rest of their team says the Rift Tower is a little bit more important than you guys winning the 2v2. 3k gold lead in favor of Deathcap for Cutie. It's gonna land. The Flay will not, and the minions blocking up Shirani's Death Sentence. It will be blocked by the Black Shield, but they're gonna use the Soul Shackles onto 2 members. Throw that Dark Passage backwards just to try and bait, but here's the teleport coming in from Parallelogram. Not gonna be cancelled actually.
Well,
surprised they didn't cancel that, but he does have the Unstoppable Onslaught. Yeah. Decimating Smash is gonna land. Naked Beekeeper takes a couple autos. They flash for it, and Naked Beekeeper uses the Summoner Heal against Dark Binding under tower. Death Sentence goes wide. Nice sidestep with Silver Spade, but Silver Spade is likely gonna be going down. Trying to uses the stopwatch. And here comes the hero's entrance. They're gonna use it to keep Silver Spade alive and also dissuade the dive. The tower gonna be living through all that. GSM able to keep their hopes for first Tower Blood alive.
That was a really nice stopwatch. It dodged both the damage on that bomb that Tristana puts on
explosive charge.
There,
yeah.
thank you. The explosive charge as well as her ultimate. So good move on.
You have to do it then because the Buster Shot will make it so you can't actually use the stopwatch, and then you'll explode and then you'll die and you'll be really sad because you say I had stopwatch. Oh, so we're gonna go in with the taunt. Just put in a little bit of damage on the Processance. Kawaii Sheep is out of mana. There's nothing he can do. He gets jumped on by that one. Oh, but he flashes under tower. Ducks and Cucks actually has to flash out away from it.
I've seen people have Kane ult them before, and the Kane was doing well. and but the rest of the team fight was close, and he ults them, and they just like dashed over a wall and then flashed over another one because the fight was in the jungle, and then Kane comes out and he's like way away from the fight. And dude, and the rest of the 4v4 that ensued, his team lost. So, way to take one for a team. You're just like,
I will die, but you will not take any more.
God. It reminds me of like that scene from Batman. He's holding the nuke and he's like flying away, and everyone's like, "Goodbye, Batman," and like detonates in the distance. That's Kane. Kane's the nuke.
Kane is the nuke.
Just take the threat away from the rest of the team.
Okay, so Parallelogram gonna look for Tower First Blood. He's just punching it, hitting it with the axe. I don't think that Kate Ulta JFK is actually gonna be able to stop him from taking this one. He will get Tower aggro, but it's just for a couple shots. And this is a level 10 to level 9 Parallelogram. I don't think he really cares about anything that Kate Ulta JFK has to say to him. Yeah, they'll just whack away at each other for a few minutes. Not a whole lot to say here. They're just using abilities.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's the lulls, you know. There's some times when you can. Those are the times we just talk about Kindred and whether she's a bad or good champion.
She's a bad champion. Okay, we'll talk about CS then. We'll talk about CS because Deathcap for Cutie, they have pretty big CS leads in all 3 lanes. That's also a 3-0 Tristana. There's a taunt onto Kawaii Sheep. He's taking a lot of damage from Seymour. Seymour with a finished Rod of Ages.
Kawaii Sheep, despite being ahead in CS and 1-0-1, not really able to fight this Galio. Galio didn't even go a lot of MR with his first item. He went the
Rod of Ages. A lot of HP there. Gotta work through that.
This build on Galio even these days. I know that he has to build a bit of AP now, but
I don't know. I don't see a lot of Galio personally, and I haven't been watching the other regions too great. I haven't really
They have
been
played in
watching
some of the other regions.
They have. I haven't watched a lot of our region, to be honest with you.
Our region, I don't think I've seen a Galio yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, or I'm sorry, I'm just saying like I haven't watched a lot of professional play in general.
Gotcha.
But I haven't watched a lot of the region in which he was played. 5 members of both teams in this bottom lane ready to fight over the Infernal Dragon. Seymour a little bit separated from his team now. Parallelogram ready to use the unstoppable onslaught straight down that corridor. Silverspade gonna go for the dark biting, does land onto Shirani, but no follow-up. They're just gonna be able to make their way in here. There's the Maokai ultimate flash, soul shackles onto 3. It only is gonna get 1 at best, and he's not even gonna be able to stay in there. Gets buster shotted out of there. Seymour in the backline. That's a good Emperor's Divide, but they're so low. Deathcap for Beauty loses 1. Shirani is going very low. 1 Murata from Naked Beekeeper, double kill for the Vayne. That's a triple kill for the Vayne. Parallelogram gonna go into his passive. He's just gonna get CC'd as they all walk out of there. GSM come out with a quick 2 for 0.
Hey. Well, looks like they're going to pick up a 1-team fight. They don't lose a single member, and then they're also going to pick up this Inferno. So, starting to look a little bit better for them. The gold lead, they're only down 2.5k now, so on the up and up.
And with 2 Infernal Drakes in their pocket, they're, you know, looking good. I don't even remember them getting the first.
I don't remember them getting the first Infernal Drake
Did they
either.
sneak it? Did they sneak it? Were we not paying attention? We were watching a fight in the top lane between Maokai and Sion.
Yes,
just like lulling us to sleep.
Seymour's having a lot of impact this game. His team got kind of behind, but they still have the Vayne. Vayne was able to catch back up in the latest fights.
This is a very interesting fight that's happening here. Looks like some of GSM wanted to go in, and then some of them wanted to go out, and then one person went in, the rest of them were like, I don't really want this, guys, and they lose their Maokai for it.
Well, when you have Kindred, Tristana, Azir, that is a quick Baron. If you can have a window.
It would be a very quick Baron. Shirani is very deep, but he's gonna get the Death Sentence onto Dux and Cucks, and here comes Parallelogram. It's a big scary Scion. Misses the Roar of the Slayer, flash for the auto, but he gets the heal back from the Shadow Step. Kawaii Sheep gonna use the Emperor's Divide, but a good Black Shield will stop Seymour from getting pushed away. Kawaii Sheep gonna get stunned by the Soul Shackles here pretty soon. Yeah, there he goes! He's still alive! Silverspade had to back away on someone while it's not used. Seymour gonna tank that one. Silverspade doing what he can, but the Roar of the Slayer will slow him up. There's Seymour going down. A decimating smash lands on the Silverspade. Rocket jump forward and pushes and picks up another. 2 more kills for Deathcap for Cutie, and now with 4 members here. Their mid lane are taking a recall. They're gonna look to put damage on that tower. They've got the Shrima's tower. What is it called? It's like Legacy of the Sands or something. I don't remember. Benjamin knows what it's called.
We can go check it out real quick. Shrima's Legacy.
I was close. It had the word legacy in it. They just put the tower in behind them to cover their escape, or if they want to fight. But they won't. They'll back off. Alright. And GSM just take down the tower. So as it stands, it's currently 3 towers to 0 in favor of Deathcap for Cutie. 5.7k gold lead. And, I don't know. It's hard to tell who has the better scaling team combination. Of course, Azir gonna do a lot of damage.
Tristana Vayne, they both scale well, but in different ways.
Yeah, very different ways. It makes sense that the Vayne will be very effective up against a champion like Sion.
But she's gonna struggle against Kindred, Tristana, Azir, who all 3 outrange her.
Outrange her, put out comparable amounts of DPS if Kindred will ever get to that point. Also, how many stacks does Sophie have on this Kindred right now?
Kane has a ball. He is Rost.
Currently got 5 hunts, so he's like almost a real champion. When you get the 4 hunt stacks, then you get the extended range and your autos in your queue, so you become a little bit closer to being useful.
It's always crazy to see those Kindred games where they snowball and their auto attack range just looks odd how long it is. This is Death Cap for Cutie versus Gecko Slammed Armageddon. And if you're wondering why it's GSM, it's Mageddon. Mageddon.
Alright, so both teams kind of slowing down the game a little bit, it appears. Silver Spade trying to clear out some vision in favor of GSM. What's gonna happen? I'm trying to look at the minimap and see what these teams are trying to do.
I know.
It looks
like sitting here staring at these
GSM's
team
just sort of
comps,
standing there,
to
trying to clear out waves because they're behind. Deathcap for Cutie, they kind of shoved out bot, and the rest of them are going mid now.
Kane's gonna have a hard time in this game because of Kindred. Azir might give him Azir and Tristana combo, pretty long range. Both of them have self-heal.
Wait, no, Kane is not
Kindred is
upgraded.
ult.
Kane is not upgraded.
But he's
is
not.
he?
I think he is. Yeah, he's Ross.
Okay, yeah. Normally the icon changes, right? Or does that not happen in spectator?
Maybe it doesn't happen in spectate.
That's weird. That's really annoying for spectators. I'd really like to know. But okay, so he is Ross, you say?
Yeah, I believe that was Ross.
If he's Ross, then why is he going for lethality?
I see most Rosts actually go lethality stick.
Really?
I don't.
Oh, they're using Soul Shackles onto Shirani in the enemy jungle. Shirani having to flash away, doesn't want to get stunned up there, so they traded ult for a flash. I guess that probably is worth it for GSM.
I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but
maybe,
I still do see a lot do it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I see so much more of the
Like a Black Cleaver.
the Shadow Assassin.
Oh yeah.
So it makes sense to me when they go lethality. I guess I just don't see Rost all that often.
Shadow?
He says they say that's not Rost. It's the Shadow Assassin. In which case lethality makes a lot more sense.
So
you lied to me.
No,
he's not Rost.
Oh, I thought he was Rost. I'm sorry.
They say he's not Rost.
Okay, he's not Rost. I still think that like a lot of the Rosts, the tankier versions, still go towards the lethality.
Oh yeah, see, he just moved while using the E, so
Gotcha.
he is definitely not. He's definitely the Shadow Assassin.
Well, this is
the
the
lethality
skin.
makes sense, and there's the Infernal Dragon. At least the 3rd Infernal Dragon not going over to GSM.
I did not realize that this is a skin. I just saw red Kane, and I was like, yeah, it's Rost.
It's the Shadow Assassin. You lied to me.
I'm sorry, I'm not accustomed to the skin. I don't see a lot of Kane in solo queue. Even though you'd think you would, it seems like a very solo queue. He's so edgy, you know?
So edgy.
He should just fit that Yasuo, Nidalee solo queue playstyle, I feel like.
Oh, the people who are jerks that just play all these champions and...
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong playing those champions, but there's that solo queue playstyle where they're like feast or famine.
Oh, they found Shirani and Sophie a little bit isolated, but it might have been Dux and Cucks who goes in deep. He's gonna have to flash away Kawaii Sheep, just zoning away GSM from that corridor, but they have very little vision in that area. Deadcap for Cutie, now the one's a little bit stretched around. GSM just trying to make sure that they're not gonna sneak that Baron. Naked Beekeeper gonna auto the Shurima's Legacy Tower for a little bit.
Alright, they've got vision control on this dragon. Taking the scuttle. Shirani, Kawaii Sheep, they...
That sense is gonna land onto Seymour. He gets the Black Shield, so the play will not land. The Dark Binding and the Taunt land, but Silver Spade taking a little bit of punishment from Kawaii Sheep's Azir.
In the situation that the opposing team has their entire team alive, you shouldn't do what they just did, where it's basically just a miscommunication issue, where they had... Deathcat for Cutie had 2 members sitting in those bushes, while the rest of their members were off, like, farming. And so they're sitting there, they're like, we have vision control, they're gonna walk in here, it's a death bush. And then, say, 4 members walk up, and they're like, we got him, it's a surprise attack, and they attack.
Speaking of surprise attacks, Parallelogram is surrounded by GSM now. There's no way he gets out of here. The Unstoppable Onslaught can't even be used. And he's gonna go pop into his passive. He'll just clear out a wave, but that's a large part of Deathcap for Cutie's team fight power. Meanwhile, Dark Binding gonna dodged away by the shifting sands from Kawaii Sheep. It will mean that GSM are able to go back and establish vision around the Baron.
I think Kendra just got her 7th or 8th stack. She didn't complete.
But that might not have been worth her life, especially considering that's the jungler dead while all of GSM is in the Baron area.
Yeah, she's down.
Yeah, Kindred is a bad champion. I'm sorry. I'll stop saying it. But GSM are going for the Baron. Deathcap for Cutie. They have 2 more seconds into Parallelogram's alive, but he does have his teleport. He's still got his ultimate because he couldn't use it to try and escape. He's teleporting in now. There's the Justice Punch. Seymour trying to keep them away from the pit. Unstoppable Onslaught, but there's the Maokai ultimate. He can't use it. Seymour is slowly getting burned down. Silver Spade gonna go down to the first build of the fight. They get in there. The Baron goes down in favor of GSM, but they're gonna lose everybody. Emperor's Divide actually saves the Maokai.
Did it push him over the wall?
Yeah.
Oh. I think what Parallelogram, I couldn't tell if his ultimate was off cooldown. I think it was. He should have ulted through the Maokai ult, because that would have allowed him to get into the pit while also absorbing it without being CC'd by it. Because he stood in front of Tristana to make sure she didn't get
Well, but the reason he held the ultimate is because he would have hit a wall, like the way the curvature of the Baron pit. He flashed into the pit and then ulted so that he could get it onto the members. But it will mean Deathcap for Cutie, they're already on the inhibitor. The Parallelogram gonna get rooted up, but there's not a lot of damage from GSM to follow. They've got a 3-item Bane for Naked, or 2.5 items on Naked Beekeeper. Dark Binding gonna land, but Silver Spade, no vision for Kawaii Sheep, so he's not gonna be able to punish him. Oh, that sends land, but there's Deathcap for Cutie's jungler. He goes in. Kawaii Sheep gonna get burned down. Naked Beekeeper's on a rampage. GSM going hard. Parallelogram running for his life. The Maokai ultimate gonna go away. Oh, Condemn stops him from getting away with a stop, or the Blast Cone. He will get a 2-man knockup. He will get knocked over the side with a Bramble Smash, I think what happened, but it will mean GSM picks up another kill. 3 dead for Deathcap for Cutie. Oh. Alright, so GSM, they've got a Baron buff on their AD carry. They will pick up their very first tower of the game.
Bam!
And 2.
Alright, 2 towers.
And of course, they do have that double Infernal, you know,
working in their favor.
Slowly helping them in the late game. Seymour is very behind in terms of CS now. I hadn't even noticed. It's really kind of hard to you know where to delegate your resources, but GSM just people not rotating, picking up waves appropriately is what generally leads to these types of CS discrepancies as the game goes on.
It seems like he just hasn't really been alone for a while. He hasn't been pushing
Well, yeah,
away.
but that's the
CS,
thing.
yeah.
You gotta send people to all 3 lanes to
Yeah.
pick up all 3 waves of CS. Otherwise, if you have everyone in the same area, sure, the Vayne might be keeping up in CS, but your Galio is falling behind.
Gotta spread out a little bit sometime. Make sure you're keeping that gold income alive. They're 4K gold down now, despite being pretty close in kills. A big part of that is those 3 towers, but an even bigger part is the CS.
You do have to worry about Naked Beekeeper though, because he is 5-2 now on this Vayne. Of course, like we said, it scales a little bit differently the way from Tristana, but
Yeah.
he will be able to duel pretty effectively against the other 2 marksmen in the game.
Oof. Oof.
And Azir damage.
That was that an auto from Tristana? Yeah, she's got rapid fire cannon? She does. Okay, so that was like a 2 Azir autos, 1 Tristana auto. Kane immediately to below half. Wow.
Deathcap for Cutie, they're going for the Ocean Dragon. GSM trying to contest the play back onto Seymour. Actually stolen by Dux and Cox. Soapy is gonna get caught by the ultimate. Seymour goes in, but there's a lone Kane. Kane's gonna get blown up, but they've lost their jungler in response. That was actually Dux and Cox going in and getting a kill in a 1v4. There's a good 2-man taunt. GSM are winning this fight. They get the Dragon Steel, and Seymour, will he live? He's gonna be able to get out, and they will just use the Dark Binding to keep Parallelogram's passive for getting him. 3 for 1, plus the Dragon going over to GSM.
Just the way that these fights seem to be playing out, Silver Spade, Kate, and Seymour are getting really just meshed in with the front line and back line of the enemy team, and that's perfect for Naked Beekeeper because, you know, Vayne's problem is range, and so if these like teams just sort of start to get mixed and matched and she gets left alone in the back line, the enemy team, you know, they don't really have anyone to dive in on her, so she gets to take the fight pretty well in that situation.
And I mean, you saw exactly what happened. Dux and Cucks on Kane, went in, stole the dragon, actually killed Soapy before going down. There were no assists on that kill on the Kindred. It was just Kane. Soapy didn't even use his ultimate to land this fight. Kindred is just so naturally squishy as a champion. That's why it's so difficult to clear on her, because when she clears the jungle, she goes very low. It makes her very vulnerable to invades. She can't really invade because everyone knows exactly where she's gonna go because of the marks. Can't really gank because you'll just die. I mean, again, if you get to the very, very late stages of the game, maybe you can output damage.
Let's find out how many stacks she is at.
She has
8.
So she does have 2 bonuses to range from her passive.
Maybe?
Because it's every 4.
Every 4?
Yeah, every
Okay.
4 stacks, I think.
Wait, isn't it 4 for the first one and every 3 after that? Wasn't it something weird like that?
Maybe it's 4 and then 2.
4 and then 2. Okay. I don't. It was something. I think there's a different like rate at which she gets the
I
bonuses.
think it might be
after the
4 and
first
then 2.
Okay. Every third.
4th
four-
grants and every 3rd after. Okay, it was 3 then.
Okay, so she's got 2 bonuses, but she's a ways away from getting that 3rd bonus.
He's got Lord Dominic's Regards, the Rapid Fire Cannon, the BF Sword likely going into, I would assume, like Infinity Edge. Kindred actually has abilities that scale with crit now. Her E, the execute damage is high, like the threshold gets higher the more crit you have.
Gotcha.
So, like, it incentivizes you to build crit, which means that Kindred scales a lot better into the late game than before, which is good. It was a good change to her. Makes her have a little bit more of that identity as a late game scaling marksman type jungler.
Yeah, which is unique. You know, there are
It's
some
just
late
really,
game
it's just
junglers, but
so,
not.
it's just so hard to get to
Yeah.
that point.
Oh, it is. If they made her too good during the mid game, she'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, that was why she was so overpowered when at release. They made her specifically so that, you know, she can duel in the early game, and she scales well. So, what the heck?
Get ahead, stay ahead. Wow, that's a quick.
Quick game.
Yeah.
And level 16 Kane to level 14 Kindred.
Unrelated. I really doubt they would, but do you think that League would ever put in a support style champion that would be something like Abathur from Heroes of the Storm.
I don't know what that.
He's just sort of like he just like chooses a place like a minion or a champion to be, and he's just sort of there, and he like gives them buffs and can cast some abilities off of them and shield them and heal them and stuff. And then his body is very weak, and he can walk around the map like setting down mines and stuff.
That's a bad place to get Dark Binded! Condemned in the wall, Naked Beekeeper goes godlike. There's the Maokai ultimate rooting up the Scion Parallelogram. Gonna try and use the Assemble Ball and stuff to get out, but he hits the wall. He gets caught by the Umbral Trespass. Parallelogram gonna go down. Dux and Gux gets a kill. And now, Kawaii Sheep caught out of there. Kate Ulta JK flashes the wall. I guess the Twisted Advance, and it's 3 kills for just the Guardian Angel of Duck and Gux, although that crit was almost got him.
Because I watch a game like this and I think about Kindred being in the jungle. Like, imagine if she just sort of had a support too. Like, just goes places and just sort of has this kind of like player watching over.
Yeah, but GSM going for the Baron. They've got 2 Infernals, one.
He left the
pit
on accident, I think.
I mean, if he wanted to be in the pit, he could just blast Cone over, but I guess he's just trying to make sure that the Kindred doesn't jump over the wall.
Okay.
It will be GSM securing that one.
Ooh,
Their DFC is going for the inhibitor, but that's a Flash Soul Shackles. There's the Lamb's Respite, but it's not on Pro Shiznitz. He's going to be losing his Guardian Angel. Dark Binding finds Soapy, and there's the rest of GSM. Pro Shiznitz going to be going down.
Really nice play on GSM's part. They send 1 player back, but really it's 2. Seymour is waiting for Silver Spade to get closer, get that ult off, and Silver Spade, I think, kills Soapy without even the help of Seymour.
Yeah, well, with the damage reduction giving the assist.
Yeah,
but,
well, yes.
Essentially, yeah. And, I mean, it's unreal how squishy the champion is, Kindred.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she was already very low, but it's a support Morgana just taking him out.
Yeah. Oh, she has Ninja Tommy, too. I mean, it makes sense. The other team has sort of 280 kills. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that Maokai has Mertreads, given that there's really
doesn't make a lot of
hard CC in terms of like.
Yeah, probably should the Ninja Tommies would probably be better. Adaptive Helm would be very good. Adaptive Helm is probably even better than Spirit Visage. Yeah, Adaptive Helm probably even better than Spirit Visage just because the magic damage you're dealing with is Azir. I think, and you could always just build a Spirit Visage later if you really need more MR.
Yeah.
But Adaptive Helm is very effective against a Azir champion.
And Spirit Visage is pretty fun to take when you have like a Nami or something. Just those heals look so much bigger.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. It's the Spirit Visage to make Soapy not want to use the Lamb's Respite. That's what it is.
If you're gonna ult, it's gonna heal me more. Devious. Unfortunately, you'll kill me faster because I didn't take Ninja Tommy.
Alright. Well.
Yes,
GSM...
we're talking about the boots for GSM.
Kate's Merc Treads don't really make a lot of sense in our mind. Then Mercury Treads do make a little bit more sense for DFC. They haven't... Is this a 3-Dragon Elder they have? Or am I just crazy and they don't have Elder Dragon? Did they take Elder Dragon? While we were talking about stupid stuff?
I mean, that looks like the Elder Dragon buff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I don't remember them taking it. Yeah, it is Elder Dragon.
I feel like direct to camera doesn't show these things. Honestly.
Alright, so double epic monster buffs for GSM mean that hitting the tower with that Maokai or Galio passive almost takes it out. Tower goes down, they buster shot out Dux and Hux because he almost took out Pro Shiznitz. GSM looking, they pop down the Azir tower, trying to defend their inhibitor. GSM are just gonna stand there and face tank it, although Kate Ulta JFK not having a whole lot of tankiness against the Azir just yet. And Sophie's gonna go in, he's putting in a lot of damage.
That's where you want those Ninja Tommy.
So, looks like they're backing away. So, Deathcap for Cutie with a small victory, stalling out a little bit more of that Baron and Elder Dragon. This is a hard game to cast, honestly. It's just like, they fight a little bit.
There's like a fight, and there's a lull. And there's a fight,
It's a very large lull. not really anyone doing a whole lot, but except
Nice.
for this one. Oh,
Dang it.
Flash Flame misses from Shy Ronnie, but he still got the Righteous Glory move speed. Doesn't
it.
get the death sentence in the correct direction, but they have a lot of people. They rocket jump forward, they splay him back. There's the slow. They get the kill. Seymour stays a little bit too long, and you can't stay that long after the rest of your team is recalled, because then there's nothing drawing the rest of the team away from you, and you just get caught like that. DFC, they're looking for Silver Spade. He's slowed up by the Roar of the Slayer. They rocket jump forward. Parallelogram still has the unstoppable onslaught, but there's the— oh, he uses it to stop the Dark Binding. They're gonna chase him down. They shifting sands over. The Roar of the Slayer will be the slow, and Silver Spade gets caught just like his mid laner. Stopwatch, or Zanya's not gonna save him.
Not really worth the Zanyas.
Can't stay that long when the rest of your team is recalled.
No, he was sitting in the bush watching Parallelogram, and it's one of those situations where you feel sneaky, and so you're like, ahaha, I have the surprise element of surprise, but really you have no teammates around, and you're the one that's going to get jumped on if you reveal your position, or they walk into you.
Not ideal situation, and now it's anyone's game because
GSM is 4K up, by the way.
GSM is
Towers are
4K
even.
up. Oh, Flame misses from Shy Ronnie. You gotta worry about
they're
this. Ducks and
fighting
Gucks going in. Shy Ronnie immediately blown up the Landstorm Spite. Too late to save the support. They're gonna get rooted up. The Landstorm Spite will heal him up, but Soapy is actually alive. Naked Beekeeper going in. He's gonna get the crit. They're gonna knock Parallelogram back in. They have to back away here. Decimating Smash gonna knock him up. Ducks and Gucks waiting for his opportunity to go back in. Unstoppable onslaught right away. DFC make it out, only losing their support. Oh yeah, here's the teleport from Seymour looking for the taunt. He's gonna get Soapy. Kawaii Sheep out of mana. Parallelogram gonna flash over the side, but here comes Ducks and Cucks. He's shadow stepping through the wall. Parallelogram gonna get slowed, and he's gonna go down. GSM, they're looking for Procision. Naked Beekeeper just tumbles forward. Kawaii Sheep, no mana to speak of. Dark Binding a little too early, but it's not gonna matter. The Twisted Abyss, Naked Beekeeper goes legendary, and GSM are gonna pick up the inhibitor. Maybe the game.
Well, they don't have the minions here yet.
Not
They are
yet,
trying to
but
tank it.
GSM, they're tanking the tower. Kate ulted JFK taking a lot of damage, but there's the taunt onto 2. The Justice Punch knocks up Shy Ronnie. Shy Ronnie gonna get blown to bits. Naked Beekeeper goes legendary. Deathcap for Cutie. And Kawaii Sheep putting on a lot of damage. Seymour not tanking the tower. The first Nexus tower has gone down, and they've got the minion wave. GSM, they got the win. Deathcap for Cutie falls to GSM in week 1 of Platinum Capped.
Woo! Well, Deathcap for Cutie looked really good in the early game. They had a significant lead very early on, and they just sort of throw it away the longer the game goes on. They did have a good late game scaling comp. I just don't think that they played the fights very well. They could have spaced the fights a lot better to let their backline have a lot of free reign on the fight and keep Naked Beekeeper away from important targets. And having 3 DPS threats would have been more than just Vayne, so I think they could have taken fights that way, but they let themselves kind of aim for the back line.
Yeah,
put
they
them close to the
faltered a
front
little
line
bit
and,
in their execution, but definitely good showing from both of these teams. Looking forward to see how they continue to play as the split goes on. Regardless, that is the end of that game. We're going to take a short break before we get into game number 3. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 1. We just saw GSM take a very back and forth victory over Death Cap for Cutie, and the next game we have is going to be between Oklahoma Platinum Rush against the Iron Men, by the way.
Yes.
In any
OGR
case,
versus Iron Man, by the way.
Yep. Without further ado, jump into the game. It is Oklahoma Platinum Rush against Iron Man, by the way, on the reds. Against Iron Man, by the way, blue side, red side. You get the picture. And Oklahoma Platinum Rush. This is, I guess, what you would call the original Oklahoma OGR team.
Yeah.
They started in they've been playing in every single split. They started in gold in the very first season of this OKLCS. Slowly moved up to plat. They won platinum cap last season, and then some other members went on to play on Oklahoma Diamond Rush. And this is Oklahoma Platinum Rush, which features the original captain II Silverhammer in the support role. And we'll see how they do. I mean, he's really the only real returning player from the winning team last split. Schroedler was on that team, but he was playing jungle. Now playing mid lane. Have to see how he does in that new position.
Yeah, he's been playing in gold and platinum tournaments and even diamond a little bit in the past for a long time, on and off. He takes breaks from league occasionally, but he's been around for a long time now, since pretty much almost since when Alex and I got into the scene, like 4 years ago. Maybe it sounds so crazy, but it's been a long time. And he's played jungle, he's played AD carry, and he's played so he's been a little all over the place over the last several years.
Featuring such fan favorites as Echo Through Time, who played in playoffs for Gold Cap, if I'm not mistaken, last split. Emma Hudson, who played in playoffs of Diamond Cap for 50 Shades of Mosier as AD carry.
Yeah.
Windosaurus was also a player who we saw featured in, I believe he was in Gold Cap last split.
Maybe. I definitely remember watching him play.
I can't remember if it was gold or platinum. Whatever it was. Malzahar versus Azir. These are two of the top tier mid laners in the meta right now. Love to see how these two match up in that situation. And then Alawi, a champion kind of on the up.
She's pretty good against Ornn. She's had really strong win rates and occasional games in the LCS, which I think, given that she can be played around a good deal, being played in the LCS even just a little bit probably means that she's overtuned. I mean, objectively, she's probably overtuned. But she is good against Ornn.
Yeah, but she's Ornn gonna have to use the E out of there. He's gonna get one more auto. Will be the stun. They're not gonna go for the kill on the Badinsko under the tower. Probably a good idea. It isn't Ornn.
It's hard at level 2 and 3.
Yeah, and Ornn always has that deceptive tankiness. If he'd gotten his W back off cooldown, the shield comes in, you're like, oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. So a good gank forces the flash away from Badinsko for basically nothing on the side of OGR.
So Alawi's a pretty good split pusher against tanks. Sometimes she even takes Triforce, not because it's like an exceptional dueling item for her, like a lot of Triforce users. Which is the reason a lot of towers. Yeah, because she can press W, which the W I believe does damage on towers.
Oh, it's an auto attack.
Does as well.
Yeah, it's an auto attack.
Well, it used to not, but now it does. It used to, when she would press W, she'd just whack the tower for and the W would stay available for her to use.
Oh, you mean the abilities damage doesn't run?
Yeah.
Well, Good Dazzle stuns up both members of OGR, but Windosaurus did get his rocket jump off in time. It'll just be a small trade win for Iron Man, by the way.
But back when they gave her a mini rework, they made it to where it could be used on towers for additional damage.
Yeah.
So with the Triforce and her W, given its pretty low cooldown, especially
Yeah,
after
it's
CR.
now it's more like Nasus Q as opposed to Kassadin W, where Kassadin W just swing
Exactly,
and you get.
exactly.
Oh, here we go. They rocket jump forward. The exhaust goes down onto Repit. Windosaurus got stunned by the dazzle. They're backing away, but here comes Emma Hudson. The blade collar rips through OGR, but Demon Pug is here as well. It's a 3v3 in the bottom lane, and OGR want no part of it. Windosaurus actually flashed away. Both summoners from both AD carries burned, but the extra exhaust from Silver Hammer. And Iron Man, by the way, they come out ahead.
Yeah.
You know, one summoner spell and essentially a trade one because Windosaurus and Silverhammer had to take the recall.
You know, like, it might not always feel like a victory, but taking a gold, or taking down somebody's flash is usually a big deal. It forces them to play more passively, which usually can help you generate some gold leads from CS. It gives your jungler the opportunity for maybe a higher kill potential gank, and just like the fact that they have to play a little bit differently, and if a big fight does break out that they don't have it available to them, could make a big difference.
Yeah.
Just not right when you burn it.
All right. So, small CS leads in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush in the top and mid lane. Very slight. We'll see if they can balloon those numbers, but quite a large CS lead in favor of Repit over Windosaurus in the bottom lane in favor of Ironman, by the way.
During those tentacles, get a little bit of extra gold.
Yeah.
This feels
Demon
good.
Print is going for a little bit of a different Azir build from what we saw the last game. The last Azir build. Oh, hold on a second. Shortlord making his roam up. It's a 3v2. The Demon Pug says, "Oh, there's 3 people here. I guess I should just leave. Sorry about that, top laner." But Dinsko gonna go down for first blood. You saw the Kha'Zix poke his head in, and he says, "Never mind." Yeah, nope. But yeah, nicely done. Troidlor and Emma Hudson coming up to that top lane at the same time with a good roam. Will pick up the kill onto Badinsko. Troidlor doesn't have the Nether Grasp available. We will put pretty good damage onto Demon Prince. Those Void Puppies just continuing to chase him away from his wave. Badinsko gonna get ulted now by Echo through time, and that's a lot of damage coming out from the Alawi. Is it gonna be a solo kill? He just teleported back to lane, and Badinsko with a rough start to this game.
No mercy. And that Klepto, as you can see in Alawi's inventory, there are quite a few.
Is
things
Kleptomancy still really the best way to go on Alawi after the nerfs to it? Is there not a better keystone to take?
Honestly, if there is a better keystone, I guess it would either be Grasp or Unsealed Spellbook. So
I know Unsealed Spellbook is fairly popular just for A, the ability to swap out summoner spells, but B, the reduced cooldown of summoner
yeah,
spells.
I mean, just being able to come to lane with Ignite and then actually have Teleport later, like, pretty handy.
Yeah, and then of course Grasp of the Undying is like a lot of the champions who took Kleptomancy in the top lane. You can take kind of Grasp in the same situations you took Kleptomancy against tanks, so you can just auto a bunch. Take Grasp against tanks, you can just auto a bunch. Makes a lot of sense, but I'm not sure. But Echo Through Time did opt for the Kleptomancy even after the nerfs. Maybe it's still worth it, maybe not. We'll see.
It's kind of unfortunate, and I guess Riot has stated that they are trying to do something about this. But
Ironman, by the way, with 3 members doing the Infernal Dragon, Demon Pug will take it. Emma Hudson actually gets Buster shotted back into the pit. Emperor's Divide! The stopwatch will keep Demon Pug alive. He does not get procced by the concussive blows. He's gonna run himself out of there while his team fights this one out. No one has died just yet! Except for Windosaurus, I'm sorry. Oklahoma Gold Rush now on the retreat. Troidlor having to back away. Demon Prince looking for it. He's actually gonna get Nether Grasp, Mangekyo, Logan, and here's Demon Pug. He comes back into the fight. He's got a little bit of health back from taking out those blasts, or the honey fruits, and Troidlor flashes away. Silver Hammer blocking up some damage with the Unbreakable, but he's got to back away. Teleport cancel. Flash Dazzle. They get 2. Silver Hammer probably gonna be going down, and Oklahoma Gold Rush lose 2, and the dragon.
I think Badinsko just canceled Echo Through Time's teleport, which is why that canceled.
That might be the case.
Also,
oh, they go in, but the stopwatch baits in Demon Pug. He goes down. Oh, what an excellent play from Troidlor. And a little bit over-aggressive from Demon Prince, and Badinsko gonna take a little bit of punishment, maybe even get Dove. Echo Through Time low on mana. keeps on taking that one tentacles lash.
Oh, right. Like I was saying, a lot of top laners are in a not a great spot, and Riot has recognized this and said that they're working on some changes to runes to fix it. But Darius, Camille, Alawi, just a bunch of champs kind of in that sort of vein, Renekton, don't really have keystones that are...
Well, I mean, Arcane Comet's pretty good on Camille.
That's specifically her just because the W Scorch thing is
Yeah, but like
dumb.
you included her in that list of champions that don't have a great keystone, and I mean, Arcane Comet's pretty good on her.
I feel like might be good on her, but like in an unhealthy way. Like when they nerfed her a while back when she was strong,
Demon Pug is in here. Echo through time, no mana. They're gonna use the flashes into the ram, and Echo through time stopwatches, and it's not gonna matter. It's a quick kill for Demon Pug, and that's 3 kills under the Kha'Zix.
So many people who aren't used to having to use the Zanya's effect.
Oh wow, Rapid actually gets caught by that Glacial Fissure. They're gonna jump away. You missed the Glacial Prison from Emma Hudson. It's not gonna matter, except that Silverhammer does die in the process. He has... No? I'm not sure. I saw... where is Tarek during all that?
So, I think we see a lot of people misuse stopwatch or waste it pretty often.
Yeah.
Just because people aren't used to it.
The ideal way to use it is like when it's a kind of a close fight, and your team can like clean up the other person while you're in stasis so that you don't die.
Exactly.
Or like if you're getting dove and the stopwatch will force them to take more tower shots, or will force them to back away. Things like that.
Yeah, in that situation, top lane, you're not getting away. You might as well hold on to it. It's not like she's going to be building that into her GA anytime in the next like 3 items. So. Yeah. Might as well hold on to it for a very specific situation later where it could come in handy, but now she doesn't have it.
Yep.
And she
it's
died.
A one-time use.
I mean, people misuse Zanyas all the time also, which is like, it's a 2-minute cooldown. You don't want to waste it just because you're about to die just to troll. Like, you could use it by the next time you come up, but it's whatever. Just try to, as a general tip.
Yep.
Be wary of wasting flashes and, you know, stopwatches and things like that. They've got long cooldowns.
I mean, at this time, gold is basically even. It's only 200 gold separating these two teams. Big CS lead in favor of Rapid, but here we go. There's a dive onto Badinsko in the top lane. They're using the chain CC. Badinsko gonna get caught. That's a lot of tentacles, but Demon Pug is here. Echo through time taking a lot of damage. Knocked up by the ram, and Badinsko turns it back around. There's another knock up onto Emma Hotson, and maybe Emma Hotson can take this one, but Badinsko gonna get stunned. One more auto attack. Yes, it will be. Here's Demon Print. Emma Hotson gonna get jumped on by Demon Pug, but here's Trollor. Nether Grasp not having the range, and there it is. Emperor's Divine not gonna be able to save him now. Demon Print just using the soldiers. Trollor trying to step aside. They're trying to use their 2v1 advantage to take all the damage, and Emma Hudson flashes forward. The auto attack will be enough, and he actually gets the shifting sand shield. That's a beautiful play from Demon Print in the top lane. Double kill goes over to the Azir. Windosaurus now, they're gonna stun up one. The Dazzle will stun up Silverhammer. Silverhammer jumps to stand behind me. Iron Man, by the way, looking for one more kill onto Silverhammer. The slow only gonna find Mangekyo. Logan, it's not gonna be enough to close out the kill.
Poof, well, this game's looking pretty close now. Not even a 1k gold lead, but it's in favor of Ironman, and they have that Infernal Blade, so a little bit ahead at the moment.
700 gold, or sorry, just about 1,000 in favor of Ironman, by the way. And here's Badinsko. He teleported to this bottom lane. He's going to look for the dive. Dazzle doesn't actually find Silverhammer. He's going to flash out to safety. There's the stun onto him. He's going to leap forward. He doesn't have it. Yes, he does. He gets the kill on the Silverhammer, but the teleport from Trollor is going to respond. Badinsko just going to tank the tower. He knows he's going down. Oklahoma Gold, or yeah, there he goes.
Unlucky.
The stun goes down onto the Tarek. Logan going to get the stun onto Trollor. They're going to jump forward. Demon Bug assassinates Trollor, and that's a good use of stopwatch. He's going to be able to make it out. No, he will force them to come in, and that's Demon Print coming in for the cleanup. Doesn't quite find it, and Windosaurus gonna get cut down by the Sand Soldiers. Emma Hudson running for his life, but Demon Pug's still here. Does he have the leap? He does. He gets the kill.
Yeah, so that even though Tarek went down after using his stopwatch did stall the enemies long enough for his team to put down the damage that it took to end up giving him that double kill.
And that's how you want to be using the stopwatch. It results in tower first blood for Iron Man.
Yes. Excellent use of stopwatch. Way to be. I said unlucky during that last team fight because Budinsko, while he didn't have turret aggro, his Bramble Vest picked up the aggro after Windosaurus honored him, and that killed him. So unlucky. Feels bad. Your own item's working against you.
Yeah, that's a lot of times on split push. You don't like to buy those Sunfire Cape type items that'll get tower aggro because a lot of times you can kind of ignore the people who come to try and stop you. But not if you
Tryndamere Gnosis. Just stand there and you're like, nah, I'll duel you after. I'm almost done.
Go through time. He's gonna use the Test of Spirit onto Demon Print over the wall there, just shifting sands away.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a bug in changing titles where sometimes if you change it, it doesn't go through, and you have to change every single, like I have to go and change the game played from League of Legends to League of Legends, and the name, and so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll rename the VODs afterwards. Sorry about that. Half Twitch's fault.
Alright, do we think that they will nerf Azir soon?
Yes, I think so. Across all regions as of 8.1, Azir had a pick ban percentage of 90% across all regions.
That's a pretty large pick ban.
That's pretty big. It was the single largest. The next highest was like 88%. It was like Ornn or something. I don't remember. But
Yeah,
Azir has been very high.
S tier mid laner in competitive play: Azir, Malzahar, Zoe, and Ryze? Is it Ryze?
Yeah, it was Ryze.
It's those four.
Might not be Ryze anymore after these changes lately. He did get so much better with stopwatch in his ult, giving him a free escape whenever
And then
during
they're like,
the early game.
nah, no more of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a fun little thing to see happen, but
It was
I
mostly
definitely understand why they might be taking it out.
I feel like they might revert it someday after stopwatch is removed from the game for being a dumb idea.
As far as Azir goes, yeah, we probably expect to see some nerfs to that champion. Oh, Logan gets caught by the Arc Assault. He flashes away. Dazzle is gonna secure his escape. Oklahoma Platinum Rush, looking for a 4-man push into this mid lane. Trying to pick up that tower. They've still got one to work with in the bottom lane. Okay. So, you know, this is 8-2. Kha'Zix was nerfed on this patch, and yet, you know, Demon Pug doing a pretty good job on the champion.
I mean, it wasn't too big. What they did was they nerfed his passive damage slightly.
The unseen threat. Meanwhile, unseen threat. Windosaurus just gets blown to bits.
But when they did that nerf to his passive, they did buff his Q. So in an extended fight where he doesn't have his ultimate, he's buffed, which is not a common situation for him to be in. And I mean, it is just a general buff overall to his Q. I think it was a buff to his Q anyway.
Yeah, they buffed the ratio on it, if I'm
The
not
bonus
mistaken.
AD ratio from like 1.1 to 1.2 or something.
Which, I mean, this gives it's more damage for him, but a little bit more counterplay because it's not as much of the damage straight out of his stealth.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, you could reset the stealth really quickly in quick succession if you have a bush or your ultimate, which just could make it very frustrating.
Alright, Iron Man trying to sneak away this Rift Herald. I don't think that Oklahoma Platinum Rush really knows this is happening right now. Relatively good vision control in that area, although that trinket will spot it being going down. But Dinsko just trying to keep Echoes of Time from getting in there, but Silver Hammer's already here. They do successfully get it, but somebody's got to pick it up or else it's going to be useless. Demon Pug going very low. He's going to use the invulnerability. Demon Print goes in, gives him the invulnerability. What a beautiful play by the mid laner of Iron Man, by the way. They rocket jump forward. Chortler is going to get the help get the shutdown. The Rift Herald was picked up by the top laner, but Iron Man, by the way, are going to pay the price for it. And
Trying
the
to steal it for his
stun.
support, and it's gonna be
Oh, the rocket jump reset. Windosaurus has the red buff. Gonna be a slow. And there's another slow coming out of Mahatson, but flash away from Badinsko. They trade 2 kills.
Ooh, wasted token.
Ooh, yeah. Bad teleport. Repit picks up another tower. It's 2 towers to 1 in favor of Iron Man, by the way, both of which are in that bottom lane. But do you see what happened? Mangekyo Logan had the ultimate about to run onto Demon Prince. He shifted into the pit, and like got the ultimate onto the Kazakhs and then shifted out. I was actually pretty clutch. I like that a lot. They didn't win the fight, but it was really cool to see.
It's still cool.
I don't know if he meant to do that or not, but it was cool.
Let's say he did.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt. Totally an excellent play by Demon Print. I mean, the way he moved, I'd have to imagine it was probably.
Yeah, I think so. Man, Thunderlord Orin has a nice back. That's cool looking.
Is it really Thunderlord Orn?
Sorry, I don't actually know. It's
no, I mean
name.
just
It
like,
might be.
wait, is that actually what it's called? Because like, you know, Thunderlord's Decree, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. But I don't think that was it. What is it?
I don't know its actual name. I want to say Thunderlord. I do not know.
Huh? Yeah. It's probably like Lord of Thunder Orn, and you're just like, man.
So close.
Alright, so 5 members of, well, 4v5 around this dragon. They don't have Demon Prince here just yet. Echo through time looking for the Test of Spirit over the wall. A Demon Prince really shouldn't try to come in through there.
Yeah, he needs to... Azir not exactly the best champion at flanking?
Yeah, but Demon Pug actually is in the middle of the team. That's a nice Emperor's Divide. They start the fight, but Echo through time is ripping through the health bars with the tentacles. Nethergrass being used, and they kill off Repit before anything can happen. They rocket jump out. Windosaur's doing what he can. There's a Cosmic Radiance, but it didn't get onto Badinsko. Badinsko gets blown up. They rocket jump back forward. Windosaur's going in, and Mangekyo Logan is getting blown up. Oklahoma good Platinum Rush with a 4-for-1.
I'm gonna chalk that up to...
Oh, Demon Pug goes in, immediately dies!
I'm gonna chalk that up to kind of a miscommunication slash misplay. Demon Pug had a really good route he took there to get into that bush to proc the stealth and get to the back line. And then Demon Print threw the entire enemy team away from Demon Pug. Demon Pug, the only target he was left with after his stealth ran out was Echo Through Time. So he started hitting Echo Through Time, but Echo Through Time wins that 1v1.
Yeah, with the tentacles just like wrecking everybody.
So Demon Pug didn't get to be very effective that fight. Azir put himself in between an Alawi and the rest of the enemy team. And his team didn't... His Repit, you saw Repit get taken out really quickly during that fight. So I think, honestly, that one was a just kind of... Overall, bad Azir ult, I think, was kind of just...
I mean, when you go for those Azir ult plays, you know, sometimes they can be very good, but you gotta judge them a little bit. Sometimes pushing the enemy team one direction is a good thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not.
Pulling a Mumu into your team as Blitzcrank isn't so great. Like, so just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. That was just one of the situations where you should. Badinsko, he's gotten bullied by Echo Through Time for a while now, and he's got Emma Hotson now. Power in numbers. Oh wait, no, that's the opposite team. He's gonna actually use the Call of the Forge God to go back in because here comes Demon Pug. Emma Hotson gonna turn it back around, but here's Silver Hammer. They're gonna go in with the Arctic Assault. Badinsko says, "Ah man, I thought I had it this time." Demon Prince is in the pit. What is he doing in there? He got the QSS to dodge away from the Nethergrass, and he will make it out of there. But that was a very dangerous place to be as Azir. Demon Pug. Looking around the side, Emma Hotson and Silver Hammer, though, they're starting to get to the point where you can't really assassinate them as Kazakhs anymore.
Yeah.
You know, Kazakhs champion, when you get ahead, you can kind of just assassinate anybody until they get items. And Emma Hotson and Silver Hammer, they're building a tank out. Whoa! Demon Pug in the middle of the fight! What was that? He just jumped into the middle of 5 members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Windosaurus goes dominating. Buster shots out Repit. Badinsko teleports in, but to very little effect.
I'm gonna chalk that one up to nerves. Windosaurus was on the outside of the fight. That was the perfect person to go for, and he jumped into the middle, like just right between all 4.
All 5.
He could have walked up to Windosaurus. He could have walked up to Windosaurus without jumping. Maybe assassinated him and jumped out, or just a lot of different things. He just sort of jumped right into the middle there.
Yeah, not sure about that one.
Interesting decision.
Yeah, Oklahoma Platinum Rush, they're gonna get a good push onto this mid lane tower. The minions do fall, but they have now accrued a small gold lead for themselves, 1.8k in their favor.
So, small gold lead for OGR at this point. Just but one tower behind in even in Infernal Drake. So with Mountain Drake being up, that's a little bit more of a Baron threat, especially when you have Azir, Kha'Zix, and Xayah. That's pretty good DPS. You can take a Baron pretty quickly. Kha'Zix, sometimes people don't realize, like, because he's an assassin, that he actually has insane DPS on stuff like Baron and Dragon, but because they are isolated, you can do
just
quite
queue
a
them
bit.
over and over
Exactly. That low cooldown Q, and they're isolated the whole time.
Oh,
Ends up being a lot of
Rapid
DPS.
going for some farm. He's gonna find Emma Hudson just wandering his way through. And the rest of Oklahoma Platinum Rush in the mid lane. Looks like they're headed towards trying to secure vision around that Baron. Dangerous to have your jungler in the bottom lane with Baron live.
I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, but I don't think I've seen Ornn Q get stopped by Braum Shield yet. That was the first time. It just seems very subterranean.
Yeah.
Like it would maybe go under a shield.
I mean, there's things that don't make a lot of sense to get blocked by things like Wind Wall and Unbreakable.
Exactly. Zig's ult, can't it technically be blocked? Isn't there a window it can be blocked?
I think you're right. I can't verify, but I'm almost certain at some point I've heard that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like at the very end of it when it's like close enough to the quote unquote the
To
ground.
the ground, yeah, quote unquote. Because I mean, it's weird to think about League of Legends in a three-dimensional sense.
Yeah, because there really isn't a Z-axis in League of Legends.
So, okay, so there is and there isn't. Because of the way the camera's angled and the way that they actually have shifting heights and like on that ramp there to
Well, yeah,
river,
but that's just like visual.
No, so you can see it actually affect the game where people like measure like the pixels between two, like a space, and they have videos where they throw Morgana bindings at different angles like that using those ramps, and there are actually places where it does affect skill shots. Very, 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 very slightly.
I don't think that's a thing.
It is a thing.
I'm almost certain it's not a thing.
It's
There's
thing.
not really a Z-axis in League of Legends. Like, that's why Rocket Jump can't get over things. That's why you can kind of just like throw out skill shots at people like in a straight line while they're like dashing in. Oh, Flash Nethergrass, but that's a QSS target. He QSS'd early is what happened. Demon Print is going very low. There's the call of the Forge God, but he's out of range. He's not. Oh, Windosaurus gets the kill with the auto attack. Oklahoma Platinum Rush starting to win this fight. Chortler getting able to get out of there. Demon Pug is gonna go down, or is he? He's still alive, just barely. And there's the Feather Storm. Windosaurus gets it with the auto attack before he goes down. Repit gets that kill back with the Blade Collar. There's the Echo through Time's ultimate, and he's ripping away with the tentacles. Chortler going very low. They gotta get out of there. Repit taking a lot of damage. They get a good knockout from Badinsko, but Ironman, by the way, are just melting.
Oh! Starts backing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, whenever, Alawi presses R, she's got this kind of long window where her tentacles are untargetable and slap very quickly. And so, I don't think Repit realized that there's no like slow bubble up thing or animation or anything when the ultimate's up. It just pops up, smacks down.
Yeah, you gotta, and I mean that's one of the things when you're the one who gets spirited, you gotta be wary of that. They changed Alawi the last time they changed her. It's so that it's just the spirit lasts a set amount of time rather than like you kill 3 tentacles and it disappears. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be where if you got spirited, you could get unspirited by killing 3 tentacles.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a weird way to... Just felt weird sometimes.
Yeah, it did feel weird.
She hits E on you and all of a sudden it's like, alright, you have to play this dumb mini game where you have to kill tentacles and dodge them while Alawi still can farm and hit you.
Oh man, that was fun.
I mean, I get it was thematically it kind of made sense, like test of spirit or whatever. But...
exactly. And that's why it made sense when the spirit is there. If you hit her a bunch of times, then the spirit disappears. It's like, oh, you have passed my test. I will no longer hit you with this stupid ghost thing that makes you so you can't actually do anything in the lane forever. But if you run away, then you get spirited. So it's like, ah, you failed my test. Now the tentacles will haunt you for the rest of the time that you have forever.
Yes, all 15 seconds. Or however long it lasts.
Yeah, so actually, it's technically better if you get spirited like that by running away to not hit the temple. Oh, whoa! Demon Pug face checks into all of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, and that's the jungler dead for the next 42 seconds. Oklahoma Platinum Rush could go for a Baron fight here. So it's technically actually better if it, like, Badinsko to break the tethers.
Yeah,
And then
to run out
stand
the back.
next, like dodge the first tentacle that spawns, and then just stand there next to it. Because the tentacles have a limit, like they can't spawn within a certain range of one another. Speaking of which, Oklahoma Platinum Rush got the Baron. Oh, good ult from Repit, but it's not going to be enough. OKLCS and the one auto attack from Windosaurus will get the killing spree. The ultimate being used onto Mangekyo Logan. Demon Prince gonna get crit down. Call of the Fork God only knocks up Emma Hudson. They're trying to stay alive. Badinsko trying to do what he can, but Emma Hudson just taking the tower, the Flash Dazzle, and it's not going to be enough. Badinsko going to be going down, as will Mangekyo Logan, and Oklahoma Platinum Rush get essentially a delayed ace.
Well, while at one point this game definitely looked doable for Ironman, by the way, after losing several team fights in a row,
And kind of just funneling kills one at a time into Oklahoma Platinum Rush, giving up the Baron, splitting as they escape. They lose the inhibitor. They have 5 members with Baron to contend with.
yeah, and at this point, while Demon Pug may have had an opportunity to assassinate Windosaurus before, not so much now. She's got the GA and this Mount of the Heart. If he goes for Donna, is going to be able to ult him and whittle him down
And
because
the Guardian
Angel
Angel.
is a QSS, but
So the thing is, the thing we were talking about, Alawi, is if you get spirited, break the tether, dodge the first tentacle that spawns, and then just stand next to it. The tentacles will only slam down once while you're spirited, and they can't spawn within a certain range of one another, so you never have to dodge any more of them. That's like the idea behind it. Or like not the that's like not probably what they intended, but like that's how you
It's the
play
one way
it.
to play
That's how
around
you
it,
play
yeah.
around it. Just don't get spirited again while you're
if
standing.
you have great confidence in your abilities, you can juke it and kill it, and that way 2 more will spawn and you get 10 extra gold.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's the other. That's
Just
my
don't
thing.
get slapped because then you're taking damage for no reason. Alright, both teams just sort of repositioning. They've lost 2 inhibitors, so you can see as OGR starts to move towards the bottom side of the map, they have a wave that's on its way. They've got rapid fire cannon, full build Tristana here.
Oklahoma Platinum Rush in a good position now. They've got 2 inhibs down in the top and mid lane, and rotating all their members to the bottom lane with the Baron buff. And to me, it looks like only a matter of time before Ironman, by the way, lose this game. They have to pull up a miracle fight. And it's not helpful when Windosaurus can crit you from that far away. Gonna take a lot of damage onto Badinsko. Badinsko actually has to recall now. If you look at his health and the icon in the top right, he just got chunked by damage from Chortler, Windosaurus, and that Spirit from far away. Oklahoma Platinum Rush is slowly playing this one out, and they're going to be able to get onto that tower. Glacial Prison finds Repit. He's going to use the Feather Storm, but it's not going to be enough. He's able to survive. The Cosmic Radiance comes in. Nether Grasp used onto the tank, and Mangekyo Logan going to be the first one of the fight. Exhaust on the Demon Print. Windosaurus flashes for the crit. Hawk rocket jumps forward. Double kill. Demon Pug doing what he can, but Chortler has the Zanyas. He's going to be able to get away.
They all pop scanners. They all pop scanners. They see it run away. They're just like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oklahoma Platinum Rush just close out this game. All 11 towers, all 3 inhibitors. They get their victory in week 1 of Platinum Pass.
Alright, so that's going to be the 3rd game of the match concluded. And coming up next...
The 3rd game of the night.
Oh, sorry, 3rd game of the match. 3rd game of the stream concluded. And coming up next is Brahms Bodybuilders versus... Who was it?
It is Brahms Bodybuilders versus United as One Platinum.
Ah, yes.
All right, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Spring 2018 Platinum Capped Week 1. We just saw in a kind of scrappy game, it was, oh golly, I can't even remember. It was Oklahoma Platinum Rush taking a victory over Ironman by the way. And we are about to get into our final game of the night, which is between Brahms Bodybuilders and United as One's Platinum Cap team. And without further ado, that's not the right one. There we go. Go ahead and get into the game. Of course, it is Brahms Bodybuilders. I think they're a new team to Platinum Cap. A lot of these players were in Gold Cap last split, and they formed up a new team for Platinum Cap this split. On the other side, it is United as One's Platinum Cap team. We've seen them before. They've been playing for the last 3 splits, just swapping out their top laner in between each split, missing out on Legos this time around, and instead picking up Tall Guy in the top lane.
I believe Legos is actually the top laner for their Diamond Cap team this split.
That is not the case.
No, he changed his name.
No, it's not him.
Oh, it's not him? Somebody told me it was. Okay.
It is not him.
Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody told me it was him. I must have...
Alright, well, whoever told you that is sorely misinformed. Like, terribly misinformed.
Sorry, that's what I heard. I didn't know. I heard he was playing for somebody then.
Whatever the case may be, this is patch 8.2. I am surprised to see that legit on Twitch has the Relic Shield as an AD carry. It's really just not that good anymore because they nerfed Relic Shield on ranged champions. They made it so you don't get the shield from the item anymore. So, you know, pretty interesting to see that. There really is just like no reason to take it unless you expect to just get bullied that hard in lane.
Just sort of hanging out. Well, you kind of... Oh, I guess they came over this way. Okay, so they are sort of trying to see where the enemy team is starting. That's why they're walking in the jungle like that. They want to make sure they can see, figure out jungle location, because that's a big deal. That can tell you a lot about where they're going to gank first.
Especially when your jungler's Ivern.
When he has that potential for invades.
Yep. So they will know on which side Showtime started because of which side of the map leashed. I think Cricket went for a Shadow Dash there. It didn't look like it landed, otherwise legit would be a lot lower in HP. Shen's support is a champion that was very good on patch 8.1 because of how strong Aftershock was. It's a little bit weaker now because Aftershock is obviously not as good, but you know, Shen still offers a lot of good things for support. He offers the Spirit's Refuge to counter other carries. He offers the ultimate, which is always very good. It's just not quite as effective as, like, you know, top lane Shen, which, I mean, top lane Shen isn't that great either, but it's not as good because you don't have that top lane budget. You can't really split push as support.
Because if you get caught in a 1v1 when you don't have the gold to buy those items that are going to help you actually win a 1v1, you're going to be in a bad spot.
Yeah, and we have another Scion in the top lane, Speed Machine for Brahms Bodybuilders, matching up against Tall Guy's Ornn. Does not look like Sentai Sage went for any aggressive counter jungling of the enemy of Brahms Bodybuilders jungle. Probably a good idea. They started on the same side of the map, so Beer is gonna get knocked up, but no follow-up from Legit. Okay, gonna take another Decimating Smash knockup, but the Roar of the Slayer just a little too slow on that W. He just takes the full damage, so breathes on him a little bit, but
yeah, so this is 8.2. Previously, Ornn would have had the opportunity to press W in the face of that Decimating Smash, or Strike, or whatever it's called.
Decimating Smash.
Decimating Smash. And be able to like continue walking. Be able to continue walking towards his Scion.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, and then at the end of it, after you walk through his knockup and his stun, just popping him in the face with a quick brittle proc. But he's not doing so well in this trade, despite having the level advantage.
Yeah, but Speed Machine taking a lot of minion aggro, actually.
See,
Flash
so the mind game there would have been to E into its pillar, because the guy he flashed right into the where it would have been pillar range.
Well, Chrono Swifty's on his favorite champion, the Echo, and look at that damage. The Ignite goes down from Shafty, or onto Shafty rather, and Shafty flashes away from Chrono Swifty, afraid of him being able to dash onto him. A little bit over aggressive from Shafty, and you know, historically Shafty has been a very aggressive mid laner, even on these, you know, more farm oriented mages like Ziggs, and a lot of times it's come back to bite him.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, we saw him play quite a bit of Ziggs in past seasons of OKLCS.
Ziggs, Vigar, he plays a lot.
I've heard that Vigar's had some games across pro play.
I know that's a good shadow dash from Cricket onto Legit. Is actually gonna break the ambush because he did have to auto after the taunt. It will mean that Legit takes a little bit of damage on his way out of there.
I've heard that Vigar has seen some play. I don't know how much exactly. I don't think he's like an S tier mid laner or anything, but
I think he's pretty good. People are maxing, of course, the Event Horizon second. It gives you the ability to drop that very, very often. I remember there was a period of time where we like to talk about Vigar a lot because of how much uptime he has on the Event Horizon. And with the way that Dark Matter works now, because you get the reduced cooldown for all the AP you get off of your Baleful Strike. Well, I'm sorry, not the. Is it the Baleful Strike or is it just any ability?
I think it's any ability hitting any champion.
Which includes the Event Horizon.
Yeah.
You get a reduced cooldown for any AP you get from that ability from the passive. And you can just sort of drop that a lot, and your waves, harass people's zone with the, it's gonna fall here, don't stand here.
I know, I mean, late game it basically has 100% uptime, which is just like crazy that there's this big AoE stun that can...
Yeah, Vigar's pretty annoying to play against.
Yeah. I mean, he does lack a lot in terms of like...
He is very bad until he gets online. Yeah, Veer's gonna use the Flame Chompers to zone away Legit. Cricket just standing in the Spirit's Refuge, blocking off his AD carry.
Yeah, he just lacks a lot in like a reliable early game, and...
Yeah, you can definitely punish him if you know what you're doing. Alright, now... Brahms bodybuilders, they look to be chasing United's one up, and Showtime is going to get collapsed on. He has no flagon drag. He's going to have to flash over the Dragon Pit. Nice collapse from United as one. I gotta see if they do anything with it, though.
Yeah, so when they see Jarvan down there, Sentai Sage immediately walks into that topside jungle and starts clearing away some of...
or at least marking it. He's marking it. Alright, oh, they go in each of the supports just going in and fighting 80 carries. Oh, they use the unstoppable onslaught from Speed Machine onto Tall Guy. The Desolating Smash is gonna land. Arcane Comet, Roar of the Slayer not gonna be available, and Tall Guy will be able to get out, but very low. Roar of the Slayer goes wide. Uses the Bellows Breath. There's the Parallel Conversion's not gonna stun up Showtime, but he's gonna have the move speed. They flash forward. He's gonna look for it. Doesn't look like they got the kill. Tall Guy gonna go in for the knockup, but the Q does not land. Here comes all of the Forge God. They're gonna knock him up. He doesn't get to throw it backwards. He gets the shield though, and Speed Machine gonna go down. First blood to Tall Guy. Oh, but Sentai Sage is gonna take a lot of damage. Speed Machine turns it back around. You don't see that too often, but when it does happen.
Wow. I guess Sentai Sage had boots. Huh. Gets caught.
Did he have boots or did he buy them when he died? I didn't see. Oh, Chrono Swifty taking a lot of damage. Mega Inferno Bomb. Whoa, Shafty with the solo kill. Chrono Swifty sticks around a little bit too low HP without his ultimate.
Oh, he had flash available too.
Oh wow, that is interesting.
He's got a very fun walk to watch.
Ivern does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chrono Swifty gets solo killed on his namesake champion, sticking around in lane after he had chased onto BBB Showtime. Had no ultimate, had like 40% HP. Probably not the most advisable thing to be doing. Alright, so gold still pretty close, only 500 gold separates the two teams. Showtime has snuck his way into this side rush. They actually saw him, but they're probably thinking, there's no way they think I'm still here. Tall Guy fighting off a Speed Machine. That's a good knock-up, but got the Bell's Breath, gives him the auto attack afterwards for the Brittle proc. Tall Guy and Speed Machine just going at it. Decimating Smash after the fact will mean a slightly one trade in favor of Speed Machine. He just keeps on throwing those out.
Oh, they spot Showtime.
Oh, there we go. Flag and drag onto Cricket, but it is the Shen. He's got the Spirit's Refuge. He's got the Shadow Dash. He actually taunts Napalm under tower. Unstoppable onslaught in the meanwhile on the top lane. Tall Guy knocks him away with the Brittle proc. One more auto attack. sorry, not one more on attack, but one more proc of ability. Speed Machine gonna go for the Destiny Splash, but it's interrupted by the Brittle proc. Here goes Chrono Shifty. Oh, there's the parallel convergence stun. Summoner Heal from Legit. He's gonna get the Q backwards, but Chrono Shifty taking Tower Aggro. The Silver Mega of the Rocket is enough, and Legit goes down.
Well, in the top lane,
Nobody died.
like Speed Machine gets. Oh, they both flashed?
Yeah.
So they both end up flashing, and Speed Machine and Tall Guy both walk away.
Very low HP.
Yeah. No kills and less summoners than they started.
Yeah, Speed Machine is quite a bit ahead over Toga in terms of creep score. We'll have to see whether the Call of the Forge God or the Unstoppable Onslaught are more effective in team fights. But Shafty getting jumped up with Chrono Shifty, good Satchel Charge will push him away. And Chrono Shifty gotta be careful, got no ultimate. The Mega Inferno Bomb is available for Shafty once again. Sentai Sage looks to be rushing that redemption item like the Iverns of old. You know, Ivern is a champion I kind of expect at some point to become good again. I feel like he's, you know, due for buffs or maybe some indirect buffs, and the most recent patch may have made him good again. But I don't think that's the justification here. I think Sentai Sage is just a comfort champion. He's played it a lot in OKLCS over the course of these splits, and bronze bodybuilders are going to sneak away from Shu.
I wish whoever did Alawi's mini rework a long time ago was like had the opportunity to, and obviously they might not be that successful all the time, but like had the opportunity to like do that more. I think the kind of mini rework they gave her after seeing how she was being played and like what her problems were on a very large scale, where they were able to make some changes that really didn't even change any of her abilities that significantly, but did help give her a much healthier identity. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like some things like that would be cool in the sense that like less ginormous rework sometimes and more of the mini ones to tweak their kits rather than just buff and nerf numbers.
Sentai Sage popped the Blast Gun, so we saw Showtime and Shafty clearing out that blue buff. He's actually gonna walk into the enemy jungle where he just saw Showtime and try and get that romp that he had marked. Well, or not. He just Blast Guns away. I thought he was gonna go for the romp that he has, but
I got a little bit worried.
So there's a knockup, gonna find Virus, he throws out the Flame Chompers, good Shadow Dash from Cricket, finds two, and Napalm gonna dash through the Flame Chompers, the Rocket comes out, and Napalm goes down to the Ignite from Cricket. Nice play by the bottom lane of United as one. And Speed Machine now gonna fight onto Tall Guy because here comes Showtime. Sentai Sage on the way up, there's the Unstoppable Onslaught, will not let Tall Guy get away, the Black and Drag misses, here comes the Call of the Forge God, he's only gonna be, he can't knock up either of them, here's the Stand United though from Cricket, Mega Inferno Bomb comes out, the Cataclysm comes, Tall Guy still alive, they flash away, Cricket gets in there, he's looking for the autos onto Showtime, Sentai Sage is here, flash, Satchel Charge from Shafty, saves his jungler, Cricket now has to back away to get the knockup with the Daisy, Sentai Sage coming in, just auto-attacking with the red buff, and the Ivern just throwing out those weeds, there's the kill, and Shafty gonna be going down, Tall Guy picks up the first kill of the fight, funnily enough, and Roar the Slayer knocks Daisy out, the fight of these tanks with their shields, but at the end of the day, United has one come out ahead because, oh, they're going, Tall Guy follows it, Showtime goes in with the flag and gets the shield, one more auto, Cricket gets another one for himself, and Speed Machine will go down, double kill to the support of United as one.
Alright, maybe this Shen will be able to split push this game. I mean, with the changes to support items, you know, that's an extra item spot for him, and maybe we'll just go buy Trinity Force, just start split pushing.
Oh yeah.
I think at one time, a long time ago, Trinity Force was a thing.
Trinity Force Shen was a thing for a period of time. Significantly outclassed after the release of Titanic Hydra. Yes. Although Chrono Swifty getting jumped up by Napalm, he's got his mid laner on the way. Chrono Swifty does have his ultimate, but has no mana.
You remember back when Shen used to like throw that little baton at people and like would heal his
old
team?
Q.
The old days.
Oh. Good damage from Shafty on the Chrono Swifty.
I'm actually excited to see the Aurelia rework. I think she'll be pretty cool after that. Sorry, that made me think of like the floating sword concept, which is Aurelia in a nutshell.
Cricket has been having some really good shadow dashes this game.
Yeah, no, he's been doing a great job.
Speaking of shadow dashes, he might look for another one. Legit, he's gonna get caught out of in the invisibility. The knockup comes in, but the flame chopper's not gonna be there in time. Quickness comes out from Napalm to stop them from chasing. And Legit gonna be able to get out of there, but he had to burn his summoner heal for that one.
Pretty nice disengage from Napalm there.
Oh, the exhaust coming down. Here comes the teleport. Knockup gonna be flashed away from Beerus, but the Cataclysm catches both. Showtime gonna be getting in there. Cricket actually kills off Legit. And Napalm going so low, the Super Mega Rocket, but Shafty had to come in with the Mega Inferno Bomb. Cricket flashes over the side, doesn't find the Q. Tall Guy is here with the Call to Fortune, but he misses everybody. Cricket is gonna get chased away by Showtime, but Tall Guy might have just given his life here. Gets a good knockup. Napalm gonna be able to get out of there. They finally shut down Cricket on the other side. Napalm going very low. Decimating Smash gonna find Tall Guy, and Tall Guy gonna go down to the blue smite. Sentai Sage flash for the shield, and now he's got nowhere to go. Decimating Smash knocks him up, and this explosive minefield and the satchel charge will be slowing him up. Decimating Smash once again. Sentai Sage gonna be going down. The rocket not enough to take out Showtime.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Oof. It was a great play from Cricket and Beerus to pick up Legit on the way out. And then, you know, it was just kind of bad play by the rest of United as one Tall Guy teleported in, did basically nothing except die.
Poor Tall Guy. He did fight for quite a long time there. He did use his W, and he would have killed Napalm had Brittle been rocked on him, but it looked like Napalm just dodged the cone, I guess, at the end that applies Brittle, so he doesn't go down there. Tall Guy goes down without getting anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, more so than that, he also burned his teleport and his flash. Chrono Shifty coming in onto Shafty. Well, the Morton ult isn't that big a deal, but Shafty is going to be going down. Chrono Shifty with a solo kill back. He is not happy about that first time he got killed.
Hey, I mean, he was level 10, which means he didn't have level 11 ult, so his cooldown now is a bit longer than it used to be, I think. Level 1.
Beerus gonna dodge away from Napalm. There's the Shadow Dash to follow. He's gonna just have to battle dance out to his AD carry. Cricket and Beerus are dominating in this bottom lane.
Yeah, Beerus, if I remember correctly, in past seasons we've seen him, has always liked Jinx as a champion, which, ever since they gave a lot of the top... Oh, hold on.
Oh, Cricket. Oh, the Flagging Drag doesn't land, but the quickness will. He got the Spirit's Refuge, so no damage to come out. Redemption from Sentai Station. Here comes Daisy. Legit, ignited, and slowed, and the rocket. Beerus picks up another one. Napalm is getting jumped on by Chrono Shifty. One more auto. He flashes for it. He's got the Guardian Shield. They're going to look for the Tower First Blood. United... Oh, well, they already have it. I'm sorry, Megan. Inferno Bomb dodged away by the Chrono Break from Chrono Swifty. And United's one get another tower for their trouble.
Oh, right. He likes Jinx, and, you know, they gave a lot of the top 80 carries some light nerfs. The heaviest one is probably Vayne's nerf.
Yeah, and Chrono Swifty going in with the Parallel Convergence, not going to have too much damage just yet. But yeah, makes Jinx a little bit better by comparison.
And then, yeah, but the buff they gave Jinx at the same time they did those other nerfs really helped her out a lot. And the buff that they gave her was pretty significant. So it used to be that around level 15 or so, her Q attack speed buff would max out at about 70% attack speed. And so they changed it to where it now maxes with rank that you put in it, which means it maxes out at rank 7, and they changed it from 70% to
rank 5.
Yeah, and it,
so at level 9. Because you get your max out ability at level 9.
You're right.
Oh.
And so, yes. So you get max out ability. So at level 9 now, she gets her maxed out attack speed from her Q, which they buff from 70 to 130.
Yep.
When your minigun's fully stacked anyway.
Which is the same as Tristana's old rapid fire.
Yeah.
There in the good old days when Tristana got to get 130% attack speed by pressing Q.
So if she gets a chance to free auto and ramp that, that's a lot of attack speed in the mid game.
Yeah, and additionally, remember that her passive was also changed. The Get Excited it no longer stacks the attack speed, but it does allow her to exceed the 2.5 attacks per second attack speed cap.
So if that 130% ever proves to be too much, that's okay. She starts to snowball a fight, she turns on the minigun, and it's literally a laser. I mean, it already looks laserish the way it is, so I can't imagine with like a 2.7% or 2% attack speed ratio of 2.7 that would not look even crazier.
Alright, so Brahms Bodybuilders, they've got 4 people stacked in this mid, 1 in the top lane, Speed Machine and Tall Guy, going back to their tank fights. And Speed Machine has actually gone for more damage-oriented Scion builds. You don't normally see this Black Cleaver on Scion.
No, we don't. I've seen like fully quality.
Oh, Chrono Swift, he goes in. That's a good 2-man parallel convergence. The quickness is going to stop him. He's going to use the Chrono Break, puts on a lot of damage, but he's all alone. Stand United comes out. He's going to use the stopwatch rather. Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. It gets blocked. And Cricket goes in. They taunt up Shafty. Shafty taking a lot of damage. He has to flash out. Napalm gets in with the grand entrance. They're going to knock out Cricket a couple times. Redemption will be enough. It does save Cricket for a little bit longer, and he shadow dashes out the side. Here comes this rocket, and not enough to take out anybody. Here comes the call of the Fort God Talker, gonna throw it out, flashed away from by Showtime, and now legit getting jumped on by Chrono Shifty. Parallel Convergence is gonna get the stun, and Chrono Shifty gets a kill off the backside. United is one now, putting pressure in this bottom lane. They're gonna look for a second tier tower. All guy here, and Chrono Shifty, Speed Machine just trying to clear out the wave. Knows he probably can't kill anyone, but Sentai Sage is now here. Now, who will they go for? It's gonna be tanked up by Sentai Sage, but here comes the rest of Baby B. United is one, are going down. Chrono Shifty goes down to the unstoppable onslaught from Speed Machine. The slow from the Royal Slayer finds both of them. Knockup from Showtime. Will be Sentai Sage goes down to that jungler. Here comes Beerus though. Beerus is a relatively good AD carry for these kite out fights. Good knockup from Napalm. Keeps them in the Mega Inferno Bomb, but it's not enough. Black and Drag goes in the back line, but this Shadow Dash, Beerus is just running through the team with the get excited. He's kiting back. He will go down. Showtime gets it. Tall Guy now gonna get jumped on. Flash Shadow Dash. Cricket does kill off Speed Machine. Almost gets Showtime. Tall Guy gonna be the one going down, and Tall Guy has been having a rough game. BBB find the ace after an overstay and a little bit of a funnel, one at a time in by United as one. In spite of that, though, 3 towers to 0, 3k gold in their favor on the side of United is one.
Oof. Looks like they're moving towards getting vision around this Baron. I think it's going to be really hard, just team comp-wise, for Brahms Bodybuilders.
He's the unstoppable onslaught, but he gets stunned by the parallel convergence. Chrono Shifty just going to walk away. I think at this point they're just using as many resources as they can to stop towers from going down, but that's really not how you win these games. That's like playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win.
Yeah.
And now the Speed Machine going to face check right into Chrono Shifty. It is a very tanky sign with the Abyssal Mask. And here comes Napalm. Flash away from Chrono Swift.
He was taking 0 risks. Yes. Got a little bit scared. Oops.
Wow, that's like the 3rd time Tall Guy has missed his ultimate.
The other 2 times, well, okay, the other 2 times, top lane at least, he was stunned. Those are what you're referring to, but that time was just straight up a whiff.
And look at that, Tall Guy down 50 CS and 2 levels to Speed Machine. Basically, it's
yeah,
rough.
Team comp wise, this is gonna be hard. Chrono Swifty's gonna have a pretty good time getting onto the back line. All 3 of these other tankier champions on the side of Brahms Bodybuilders are like really focused on engage. Speed Machine is probably the
they're using the unstoppable onslaught. Tall Guy tries to use his W, but it's not unstoppable anymore. The Stand United coming in, Mega Inferno Bomb used. They're gonna keep him knocked up, and the quickness and the Cataclysm. And Shafty's here first. Tall Guy gonna be going down for the 4th time this game. Cricket flashes himself out to, or just Shadow Dashes out to safety.
Yeah.
It's gonna mean BBB are gonna be able to get this tower. Cricket is actually gonna go with the Shadow Dash. They're not focusing him. He's just gonna walk away through the explosive minefield. Beerus is here, but it's not gonna be enough. The tower's certainly gonna be going down. He's Shadow Dashing back in. Here it goes. The knockup comes out. The redemption not gonna be there in time. Cricket goes down.
He wanted to stall. He wanted his team to get up here, but they just couldn't.
Yeah, but United is one. They keep on doing this. They keep on going in after a number of their people have died. Sentai Sage gonna get knocked up. Decimating Smash finds both him and Beerus. Beerus is trying to do what he can. Showtime goes in with a flag and drag. They lose their jungler. Chrono breaks back. Gets Shafty on the backside now, running out the other direction. The Beerus is on the other side, waiting to try and support his mid laner. Flag and drag doesn't buy Chrono Shifty. He's gonna look for the speed boost from the Z-Drive Resonance. Jumps over the side. BBB are running around.
Well, in the 3v5, they end up going 1-for-1.
Yeah, but legit, about to face check straight into Chrono Swifty. Z-Drive Resonance gonna be found. A lot of damage. Ignite goes down, but he doesn't have more damage. Chrono Swifty knocked up by Showtime. But there's no damage. Showtime is a full tank Jarvan. Beerus is doing what he can. Chrono Swifty gonna get knocked up in the tower, and it will be enough. Showtime picks up that kill, goes unstoppable. 5-1-7 on this tank Jarvan.
He thought that he had had it made with that Zanya's, or was that a stopwatch?
It was a
No, it was a Zanya's. But Decimating Smash can be held for a pretty long time. I mean, he usually detonates it earlier because people are trying to move out of it. But if he wants to, he can sit there and charge it for like 3 seconds. So that's twice the duration of a Zanya's.
Yeah, I think Zanya's is 2, if I'm not mistaken. United is 1 in any case, gonna be picking up the Ocean Dragon. A nice attempt by Napalm and Showtime to get in there, but it is going to cost them their lives, or will it? The quickness is being used. They're kiting away. Beerus is trying to do what he can. Here comes Legit and Shafty, but they're not going to be able to chase down that corridor, and BBB back away.
Oh, hello.
How long does Zanya's? How long does? Okay, I don't even.
I'm
thinking
almost
about it,
certain
like,
it's 2 seconds.
No, you're,
but,
I think you might be right.
2.5.
Wow, it's longer than I thought it was. Zanya's is longer than I thought it was.
2.5 seconds.
We
It is
are
longer than
I know. Wow. Is stopwatch so long too? Like I don't even know anymore.
The world may never know. Things calming down a little bit after a few of these long-winded fights. BBB have made up a lot of the CS deficit, and they're actually ahead just a little bit of gold. One more outer tower remains on the map for them. United is 1 now grouped up in this top lane, looking for that last outer tower on their side as well. But the members of BBB going in parallel convergence. Chrono Swifty finds 2. And here comes the call of the Forge God. Again, he's not able to use it. Talga has to back away. Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. Napalm gonna go in with the quickness. He's gonna get a lot of them, but no follow-up from BBB. Showtime still ready with his Flag and Track and his Cataclysm.
That's
Parallel convergence, he's gonna stun up 2 more, and that's some Runa's Hurricane Burst from Beerus. They kill off 2! Speed Machine gets caught by the Silver and gets the rocket. Now United is 1 with a 5v3 advantage. Look for that last remaining outer tower. No step on the explosive minefield, but they will get it for themselves. United is 1 turn to that Baron.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're doing. Baron is started up, legit just recalled from bot lane. United has won all 5 members here, and Beerus on a Jinx with all that attack speed.
he rushed a OBR. I mean, there are.
Yeah, but it is gonna go down. United has won. Get the Baron absolutely uncontested.
What do you think about him building the LDR so early? I mean, Jarvan doesn't even have a completed armor item yet, and nobody has Ninja Tower.
I think this is actually not a bad idea. I think it's pretty smart by Beerus to go for the LDR early because he knows obviously you see that Showtime is going for a tankier Jarvan build rather than the War Black Cleaver or the Warrior Enchant, things like that. It's smart as an AD carry more than anything. It's most important to build for what you expect to need in 6 minutes or so, rather than start building what you need after you need it.
Gotcha.
So he's still doing reasonable damage to these tanks by the time they have finished those armor items, and I think it's really quite good by Beerus to do so. He's 4-2-7, has a 60 CS lead on this Jinx right now.
They're starting to group up in the. There we go.
Yep.
Starting to group up in the bot lane.
United is 1 with all 5 Baron buffs. Cricket just gonna walk through the back and he is gonna auto the tower. One more! There it is. Mega Inferno Bomb used to very little effect. That means United is 1. They have the Ghost Signal, but they don't have Tall Guy. Teleport is available. Chrono Trigger gets in with the Parallel Convergence. The Redemption coming across. They blown up legit before they can get out of there. Chrono Trigger using the Zanya. Here comes the Teleport from Tall Guy. The Call of the Forge God is gonna be popped. They're gonna use it. They're gonna throw it out. They got one knockup at the very least. Good job. That's an improvement. Mega Inferno Bomb gets down Shafty. And United is one are gonna get that victory. Their Napalm will barely escape, and United is one get the inhibitor. They're looking for the end. Shafty and Legit, the Cataclysm finds all of them. The good knockup, but they have no damage. The Ziggs and the Twitch are dead. United is what? The Stand United coming in on the Bear. That's a big shield from both him and Sentai Sage. Speed Machine now getting attacked. Tall guy going in, doesn't get the knockup. United is one. Now they're trading tower aggro. They need to focus it down because here comes Legit. Spray and pray available. Parallel convergence. That's a good flag and drag. They're gonna focus down Tall guy. He's lasting for a very long time. Legit will barely survive.
Doesn't quite get the kill.
Sentai Sage able to make it out, flashing over the side. They only lose Tall guy. And United is one. They dawdled a little bit too much. They should have focused it down the Nexus towers rather than going for the tanks of BBB. Allows Legit time to respawn and start unloading with the spray and pray. He actually almost dies because of how behind he is, but it was enough to force United as one back.
Dragon's gonna be spawning soon. Which dragon is it though? I wish it would tell us up in the top left.
We'll see if Napalm walks up. Oh!
Dang it!
We could just.
No, it might.
It's Cloud.
So
It's Cloud.
neither team is gonna be, basing
Highly
all of their,
prioritizing it.
If it's something like an Infernal, you might see teams start to like change their map positioning.
The Rocket attempted to steal the red buff.
But nobody's really gonna go out of their way for the Cloud. More of an afterthought dragon. Like, what can we take? We just want to fight. I guess Cloud's there.
Let's see if the enemy team comes to contest us at Cloud so we can fight them. Alright, so BBB, they're preparing to weather the storm. You see how they're all just sort of standing around in their base waiting for United to want to funnel in and start fighting them. They need to fight while they have that advantage of being closer to the Nexus, having those towers. Because, if you're close to the Nexus, if you make it out of a fight very low, you can get to the fountain and maybe come back and rejoin the fight while your tanks are still alive. United is one now. They're barreling down the mid lane with all 5 of their members. Shafty just trying to push out that wave in the bottom lane with the Ziggs. He doesn't push waves quite as well as you would expect because he has the Lich Bane. The Lich Bane is more of a tower. Oh, good knockup. Only finds one, but he does get the quickness onto multiple members. Cricket with a good Shadow Dash. He's going to find Showtime. The Cataclysm is funneling them in, but they have no Mega Inferno Bomb, but they've killed Beerus. That's Tall guy going in with a good call on a Forge Gun, but his AD carry is already dead. Flag and Drag knocks him out. Shadow Dash in from Cricket. Parallel Convergence. He's coming in for Chronos 50. He's going to start at the support. Goes in there. They kill off Legit. Cricket running for his life, but he will go down, or will he? He's got move speed. He's got the Spirit's Refuge. He's alive! Oh, the blue smite. The flash forward from Speed Machine for the Roar of the Slayer. Parallel Convergence being channeled by Chronos 50, but he doesn't get the shield. He's got no mana. He's got no Chrono Break. He goes down. Zanya's from Shafty.
You have no mana. To quote the great Tyler one.
The late Tyler one?
No,
I think he's still alive.
I know.
United is one oversteps just a little bit there. I don't know what went wrong in that fight. The Tall guy got a good call, the Forge God, but Beerus was just a little bit too close. Nice. Shafty hits the tower with the Satchel Charge. BBB, they're still only 2k gold behind. It's just the sheer amount of pressure they have by only having one Nexus tower and not having an inhib in the bottom lane. Beerus is here. Sentai Sage is gonna secure Shafty as a gift to his AD carry, or just take it for himself.
As a gift to his AD. No, he's taking it for himself.
Mine.
He needs at least one kill this game,
Yeah, man. The
Iron's
Iron.
the only one missing now. Alright, well, gold at this stage of the game, basically even. Towers in favor of one. That Baron's gonna be spawning soon. They've won a lot of team fights so far lately.
Yeah, they've really been doing a good job repelling United's one from their base. Now the Baron will be the next point of contest. Legit is starting to do damage. He's got triple crit plus the last whisper that he needs. Oh, Chrono Strip is gonna find Napalm. He's just gonna battle dance over the side.
Blue team's
Or, I'm sorry,
inhibitor
grand
has been
entrance over the
destroyed.
side. Battle dance into shield. I could have written it off. No one would have. Oh, Tall Guy using the Call of the Forge God. Not sure why. He's literally the
think he
only
was
one bot.
Trying to 1v1 the Twitch.
Maybe, but
That's my
he
best
was
guess.
pretty dangerous with how close you are to the base and how far away the rest of your team is. But United's one, they're starting out the Baron. They will know the Scuttle Crab is in favor of BBB, and it looks like Chrono 50 and Beerus, or Cricket rather, are going to be playing zone duty because of look how fast Beerus and Sentai's Age take it. Ardent Sensor on that Ivern will help the Jinx quite a bit. And now Tall Guy dealing with Speed Machine in the bottom lane. He's going to put pressure on that inhibitor with the Baron buff minions as the rest of his team move to that top lane.
Alright, well, he just has to sit bot and not die and give these minions Baron buff and keep Speed Machine shot.
50 going in. He actually gets knocked away by the satchel charge, but it's just enough to keep them away from that tower. So United's ones, the rest of them can take it. Speed Machine is starting to win out these straight. Nice clap from Tall Guy. They're coming out there. Parallel convergence. Chrono Trigger is playing zone, so the rest of them can do it. Mega Inferno Bomb being used, and the unstoppable onslaught bot. Tall Guy and Speed Machine just fighting it out, but Tall Guy slowly losing it, but I don't know if it's gonna matter with how slow he's going down. The rest of United's one, still looking for the fight. Sentai Sage standing a little bit far forward, but he's playing Ivern. He's doing what he can to peel for Beerus. Putting a lot of eggs in the Beerus basket, just Chrono Shruti playing a disruptive tool while the rest of them play Peel. BBB Showtime looking for an engagement. Elegant Emergence is not going to stun up anybody. Chrono Trigger has to get out of there. He had to flash out because he has Chrono Break. Now he goes in! Napalm gets blown to bits. Redemption a little too slow. The Locket and Redemption will keep Beerus alive. Tall Guy, they're still fighting! It's slowly going down. Tall Guy is surely going to be dying here. The Call of the Forge God. Tall Guy goes down. Mega Death Rocket coming out. United is one. They're trying to focus this one down. Teleport coming in because Speed Machine, his work is done. But the teleport channel's finished. But they lose the inhibitor tower. Now Legit is here, but he's too close. Chrono Shifty blows him up with the Portal Belt. Now Shafty, the only one left. Mega Inferno Bomb being channeled, but it doesn't have it. Beerus just kiting away on Speed Machine. Why did he just run? Sentai Sage gonna get flag and dragged in. Shadow Dash comes out. Showtime and Cricket now the only ones here. Chrono Swifty, where is he? Oh, he recalled.
What's funny is a big part of why Jinx died there. Two reasons. One, no lifesteal. Two, he didn't have Sword Mail, but he had Bramble Vest. So by autoing him while you're trying to run away like that.
Not only why are you autoing him? Just
Exactly.
just walk away.
Exactly.
And Cricket is gonna die. United is won once again. They get the objective, but they've overstayed a little bit. Cricket flag and dragged in. Napalm picks up a kill, and there's everyone gets a kill on the board.
Just like, you know what, I'm just gonna drag these guys.
Yeah, but Chrono 50 looking for the last remaining inhibitor tower. That's 3 naked inhibs, but 3 inhibs that are still alive for BBB.
Alright, the next dragon is spawning. We are after 35 minutes, so this dragon will be Elder. They do have 3 dragons total, so while amplifying those specific dragons may not be the strongest thing ever,
Yeah, the true damage
they do
proc
get
will be quite large for United as one if they secure this Elder Dragon. 45 damage over 2 seconds per dragon.
45 per dragon, or is it 45 and then like plus like 50?
I'm pretty sure it's 45 per, we'll see whenever they get the Elder Dragon buff. You might be right. I have no clue.
45 per dragon just sounds kind of crazy, but it might be that crazy. Yeah,
it is crazy though. Alright, BBB, they're looking to try and contest the Elder Dragon. It's not started up by United as one just yet. Well, now it is, as I say it.
They do have Beerus, and they have the bushes.
They have the Ardent Sensor.
There are the bushes.
Oh yeah, okay, so bushes were changed for Ivern. You can't block by putting them on top of the thing, but you can block by cutting off vision. Thankfully, BBB have a ward in that giant brush, but it will not matter. They cannot get in, and United want to secure an uncontested Elder Dragon. Now, let's take a look, see.
Let's learn more about Elder Dragon.
45 plus 45%.
It is plus 45, wow.
That's a lot.
So with their 3 dragons, that puts them at 180 true
damage
damage every time
damage.
anything touches them?
Not anytime because it's over 3 seconds.
Okay.
So essentially it's 15 damage plus 15 damage per second over 3 seconds per buff. No grand entrance gonna be found, but Tall Guy is gonna be trying to play front line. He's not super tanky, but they got the Elder Dragon. That's a good knockup on the Beerus of all people. Mega Inferno Bomb comes across, it chunks them all a little bit, but they've got a lot of shielding from Sentai Sage. Here comes the call to Forge God. Tall Guy looking for it. Who's he rolling for? He goes for the 80 carry, but no follow from the rest of BBB. Tall Guy's been a little bit left out to dry. He's gonna dash back towards his team. BBB looking for the engage, Cricket. Although you probably shouldn't look for the engage against an Elder Dragon team.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, so it's an extra, for them right now, it's an extra 60.
The knock up on the Sentai Sage, the Central Charge comes in. Tall Guy coming over the side. He's playing that Bell's Breath, and there's a good Chrono Break, or Parallel Conversion from Chrono 50. The Sentai Sage gets the kill with the Redemption. Shadow Dash onto Legit of all people, and that's a killing spree for Chrono 50. Flash away from Showtime immediately, and Beerus just mowing him down with the minigun. And he's gonna go down. Parallel Convergence, they finally shut down. Now 7-2 on this Jarvan, but it's not enough. Then next, the inhibitor falls. Stand United goes on to Tall Guy just to make sure Shafty doesn't blow him up. Central Charge onto Chrono Shifty, and Chrono Shifty is gonna use the Chrono Break out. Shafty getting focused down. Beerus picks him up with the auto attacks, and it's gonna be the ace. United is one. Are gonna take the victory in week 1 of Platinum Cap.
All right, and that's going to be the last game of the stream. That was only 4 games, you might ask. Like we told all the captains, you are welcome to schedule your game if it's the most convenient before a patch. But if you do schedule before a patch, we no longer have the ability, due to some changes to the client, I guess, to be able to play those games on old patches. So whenever that happens, we can't stream, but we can report that I believe Sky Fate 2-0'd the old Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah, I will just verify that. I think you're correct. I do know Sky Fate won their matchup against the good old Razzle Dazzle, but let's see. Here it is. And it was a 2-0.
Yes.
Sky Fate took that victory in 2 games over the old Razzle Dazzle. So that is all of the results for Platinum Capped. If for all of you who are inevitably going to be asking us, we will have those scores updated on the website, and shortly we will even have some automated stats to report to you. So
courtesy of Zach, new data manager for Get Wrecked and everything.
Get very excited about this, don't you? So that's going to be it for the stream for us tonight. Look forward to those shortly. And
I believe Gold and Diamond are already. Plat will be up.
Well, not the
Some point?
stats, but...
Oh, not the stats. No, not the stats. No, sorry. Just in terms of results and standings. I think Gold and Diamond might have been updated today.
I believe so.
But tonight or tomorrow, yeah, Plat will be updated, and stats in the upcoming week.
Yep. So look out for those. Hope to see you next week for another great stream of OKLCS Week 2. Looking forward to see how all of the teams across all the divisions are developing and continuing to practice and hone their craft as the weeks go by. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to see you next week.